Hello and welcome to Fresh Face Comics, the comic book podcast where a lifelong comic book reader guides his friends through the world of comics for the first time. My name is Joey Morgan, the aforementioned lifelong reader. With me as always is Jacob Licklider, the aforementioned newbie.
Brian Michael Bendis.
What about him?
He wrote something very perplexing.
Fascinating. What did Brian Michael Bendis write, you may ask? Well, other than everything under the sun. He wrote Alias. We're talking about Alias today. This is Alias Volume 1, the first 9 issues of Alias, Jessica Jones' Alias, as per the reprints. And today we have brought along two friends to discuss Jessica Jones' Alias with us as well. Returning pretty much regular of the podcast at this point, Mason.
Good morrow, weary travelers. It's so nice to be back, this time with an actual microphone. So if there's any weird mic things on my end, then it'll probably be smoothed out for next time. But I sound better than I did before, I think.
I was going to say it's Rachel's fault. If there's mic things on your end, it's somehow Rachel's fault.
Oh no. But who's Rachel?
Who is this mysterious Rachel? Our dear listeners may be asking. Well, Rachel has been in Fresh Face Comics before. It's been a very long time. Rachel, welcome back to the podcast.
Fuck! Thematically appropriate.
Oh yeah, that's true. Fuck. Absolutely. Yeah, we all have to curse a lot now because we're about Alias. It's a very mature adult comic. It is actually. That's more a joke. Yeah, Rachel, welcome back. I'm so excited to have you back on.
Thanks.
And I was trying to think. We were talking in the extras. You can listen to the conversation before the conversation on patreon.com/Blood Studios. But I was talking. I totally forgot that Civil War happened. That we recorded an episode on Civil War, and I thought it had been way longer since we did an episode with two guests on. It has not been. It has not been that long. But today we're here talking about Alias. Let's jump into our non-spoiler section, as always. Jacob, we've talked about Jessica Jones before in the podcast.
We have.
In a bonus episode. So I'd like to toss it to whichever of our guests would like to kick us off. What is Alias Volume 1 about?
You do it.
All right.
Rachel has been selected.
It's about Jessica Jones, who is a former superhero turned private eye, who has various interesting little interactions with the wider Marvel universe.
Indeed.
Yeah. Well, also, while
oh, you go ahead. Sorry.
I don't know where that was going. It's fine.
That's fair.
So I would suggest, while being so incredibly depressed. Oh my god.
Depressed. Jessica Jones, professional fuck up. We love her. We love her all the same.
Oh yeah.
Mason, what is your history with Jessica Jones as a character, if any?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Literally nothing.
I didn't know this going in. A while back, I started a group chat with Rachel and Mason. And I was like, "Hey, you both are interested in doing guest stuff. Here's a list of episodes we have coming up. If you're interested in doing any of them, just let me know." And they were both like, "Oh yeah, I want to do Jessica Jones," and they were like, "I want to do Jessica Jones as well." And so this is how we landed on both of them being on this episode. But Mason and I didn't realize, just didn't know anything about the character really at all. So,
and I think this might be. I think this is the least I've known about a character going into it, probably. I could not, before this, I could not have told you, what the plot was going to be. All I could tell you was that it was probably going to be more dour than usual. But yeah, all I knew was Marvel Television had made a Jessica Jones television show, and it starred David Tennant, who is an actor in a television show that I'm a massive fan of. So I knew about that. I had not watched the show, but I just had seen it in the background, and it just kept being like a distance in my pop culture knowledge. And so when we were talking about doing this comic, Alias at first. So okay. I thought I knew what this was because I thought the fucking J.J. Abrams TV show had something to do with this. Because I'm an idiot. So I thought I knew something. I didn't.
In your defense, the font on the book, at least,
is the same. It looks like the same font.
It's very similar. It's similar fonts.
It was also really funny when they added Jessica Jones to Disney Plus. They also had Alias on Disney Plus, and often they would just be right next to each other constantly and recommended things on Disney Plus. It was very strange. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I imagine that's why they called the show Jessica Jones and not Alias.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Because
absolutely.
when it was on Netflix,
100%.
that was early enough in streaming where Netflix was the streaming platform. They had everything.
Yeah, yeah.
They most certainly had Alias, because Alias was a regularly syndicated primetime TV show. I think it's one of those shows that was like just on public access television.
I mean, yeah, my parents watched it a lot, but like I'd never like even then I'd never sat down and watched it. So like what I thought I knew, I also didn't know. So literally everything I know about this character, I have learned from the comics we are reading today. Before this, I knew nothing.
Yeah.
If I had a nickel
I
for
swear to God,
every
Jacob.
time something called Alias dropped right around 9/11 2001, I would have 2 nickels. Which is not a lot. But how the hell did it happen twice?
Holy shit, I did not think you were going there.
Beyond fucked up.
Well, okay.
I was about to yell at you for making a fucking nickel joke, and then you... Oh my God, okay.
Well, here's the thing. It's important to talk about, because, like, at least on this, like, the first issue dropped days before 9/11.
You're right,
And
guys,
from
let's
the
talk
first
about 9/11.
issue...
Let's talk about 9/11. Jacob, you do love talking about 9/11. You love talking about things related to Bush. So...
I mean, this is a 2001 comic that Brian Michael Bendis is so clearly like, fuck George Bush, in a time where, let's be honest, opinion was very positive on George Bush. At least it would become very positive a couple of days after the first issue dropped.
I mean, yeah.
Am I wrong? I hate that we can't have this conversation because I opened it with a nickel joke.
You did. You did open with a nickel joke, and also we've talked before on the podcast about how much you love George Bush. So
no. I mean, hey, look.
In episodes that Mason was a part of. So
yeah, no. I mean, I think I've talked about 9/11 more with Jacob than I have in my own history classes. So I mean, it's a very enlightening topic. So
absolutely. Jacob loves
Jacob /J/J. I swear to God.
He loves bringing up 9/11 so much on this show.
Guys,
for everyone at home, I want you to know.
How are you not trying? You keep bringing it up. I wouldn't have thought to bring it up if not for you.
Here, I'll take some of the heat. If I had a nickel for every tower,
yo,
I would have 3 nickels, and I would wonder where the 4th went.
Wait, what?
God.
Never mind, it's fine.
I get it.
Is this staying in, Joey? Is all this staying in?
This is.
We can restart.
This is all. I don't cut. I try not to cut anything from these episodes unless I have to.
That's fair,
and I don't have to. Trust me.
My point is that there's something fascinating about the political climate of 2001.
Space Odyssey?
No, the year 2001 that Bendis is writing in. And what I found really interesting is I have a point to make and I'm trying to get it out. God damn it! And it doesn't seem to change. It doesn't waver. It doesn't bolster. Like, a lot of this is Brian Michael Bendis is kind of pissed at the state of America in 2001. Like, which is so weird to say because Brian Michael Bendis is not a writer that people really laud. Like,
I mean, people. Here's the thing: Bendis is kind of. This is interesting because this is the first Bendis we're ever covering on the podcast. Bendis, as far as like early 2000s Marvel, was very much like the Jeff Johns to Marvel. He was on fucking everything because he had a work ethic and an understanding of these characters that Marvel as a company really loved and really latched onto and gave him all their really big projects. New Avengers was going at the time. We had this. He was about to do the whole Miles Morales thing. Like he was
supposed to do Ultimate Spider-Man, which would give us Miles Morales after I think a couple of years, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. So like Bendis was huge, and much like Jeff Johns was at the time. But it's interesting for me, like I mean, the Bendis that I love personally is stuff like this. Bendis has given a lot of team books, like Jeff Johns is as well. And I think where he really thrives is small character pieces like this, when he focuses on a single character and tells a story with that character. All that said, I think we should get into some Blue Sky questions.
Yeah, we probably should. I think
We have a lot actually. We got a lot. Let's start off with the bit. Mason.
Oh, yeah, do the bit.
Let's start off with the bit. We've got
What do you mean?
our friend Jamie at Jamie-season7 says Purple Man ? With a picture of Frank Reynolds from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, dressed in a purple jumpsuit.
He's not in this one.
He's not in this one. Yeah, Purple Man is not here.
For now.
Famously. Yeah. Oh, it's really funny. The first season of Jessica Jones adapts the final volume of Alias. It's
really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Kian, our friend Kian at Kian the Quark submits Purple Man ? With a picture of Dennis Reynolds from Always Sunny in Philadelphia with a hypnotizing message, let's say, on his laptop. Let's see. Our friend Andrew at Andrew Doing Art says Jones ? With a picture of Martha Jones from Doctor Who, and also submits Max ? With a picture of Max from Doctor Who: Voyage of the Damned. Kian also submits Jessica Jones ? With a picture of SpongeBob with a camera. I guess SpongeBob is part of this now. So
Kian, what the fuck does that one mean?
Expanding further and further and further. And hey,
Kian, personal question. What the fuck does that one mean?
Yes, Kian, do tell. Please respond, and we will read out your response on Fresh Face Correspondence next time.
Right now.
Yes. Kian also says Purple Man ? With in parentheses. There's no picture here, but it has in parentheses. Pretend this is a picture of David Tennant from Colditz, the Doctor Who audio drama Colditz.
Where David Tennant played a Nazi.
It's true. Yeah, David Tennant did play a Nazi in that. On to the actual questions. Our friend Sean Franco at Sean Franco asks, how well do you think this title, or Marvel in general, or comics in general, handles the sheer difference in stakes between smaller stories like this and the city-wide / global / cosmic threats elsewhere in the universe?
In general is really hard because it's going to come down to writer to writer. This handles it well. The stakes in this this volume is 2 arcs. One arc that is very quick and weird, and the other that opens really strongly, but then second arc is a bit odd, and I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it.
There's a lot to like in the second arc, but yeah, it is the weaker of the two.
I find them both a bit odd, personally.
It is interesting. This will be interesting also because Rachel, like Mason, has not seen the Jessica Jones TV show. I of course have the experience of, well, not, aside from having read the entire Alias run, having watched the whole show. Jacob has seen the first season of the show, which we covered on
I'd also argue Rachel and Mason Rachel hasn't read a whole lot of comics with certain characters, a certain character who's kind of really important to the first arc. Surprisingly
Jessica
so.
Jones.
Jessica Jones, yes.
The entire run is about her, Jacob.
Yeah,
it's not just the first arc. I'm sorry. I'll stop. I will say though.
You go ahead.
I was going to say, just on the question specifically, what I like about the story is that to differentiate it from other stories that go into more universe-ending consequences or galaxy-wide, those are always about heroes versus villains, whereas something like this, it feels like heroes versus people almost, where it's the structure that has been established in this world of superhero-dom and what you have to do to be one and what you get if you are one, or who you are if you are one. It asks the question of at what point do you stop being what you went out to do? There are points where they try to talk to certain characters and those characters are just a little unavailable. So it's how much of what the system around me how much of the system around me is there to actually help me? So I think that what this story does really well is focus specifically on problems that would only exist if superheroes existed in the world. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And of course the strength of making it very ground level, and also a strength, I think, of this being our first comic we've ever covered under the Marvel Max label, which is essentially like Marvel's Vertigo. It is this much edgier uncensored version of the Marvel universe, which I've always found very fascinating, and am a fan of a number of comics from this line, but I was actually curious because it's slightly unrelated to the question at hand here. How did we feel about this being a Marvel Max comic?
Well, my thoughts on it were different initially to as it went on. As it went on, I like kind of the more it went on, the more I was enjoying it, I would say.
Okay.
Initially, like it took a while for it to feel like it was it took a while for it to feel to me like it was justifying its existence, really, the series.
Interesting. Huh.
Yeah. And the like so I mean, I'm not a big comics reader, but of the comics that I have read, notably I have read another very adult series, Preacher,
Mhm.
which while Preacher is a lot more edgy than Alias, do you think Preacher started out with really strong character and story stuff in a way that Alias takes a while to get to any of that?
I could see
And
that. I could see that.
I still, and like, although I did enjoy it more as it went on, like as wild as Preacher is, that's something that I am going to be thinking about, and just every now and then, because it was just a really solid story. And this isn't so much that, like, this is very much an ongoing thing surrounding a character, which is, I suppose, what a lot of like serialized comics are.
Mhm. That is so interesting. I think as far as like the early portions of this comic that I guess I and that at least I'm really into. Like Jessica Jones as a character has a certain vibe that like I'm that like I suppose if you're not familiar with that energy sort of going into this comic, I suppose it can be take a little bit to get used to, and I'm not sure if that affects like even like Mason's reading of this, who like didn't know what to really expect at all going in, and it wasn't familiar with the character at all. But like obviously, like Jacob at least had the experience of like the first season of the Netflix show. I know I had seen the whole show before going into the comic as well. I don't know, just find that
The existence.
No, go ahead, Rachel. Go ahead, Rachel.
Everyone's phone at once.
I was just gonna say the existence of the Netflix show is in a way part of why I was interested in this, just because I know Kristen Ritter is the star of that, and I love her in Breaking Bad, and I was like, I would love to see something that she's the main character in, and so
she truly is like perfect casting for Jessica Jones. Like it is one of those comic book castings where they just nailed it on the first try. Yeah, she's so good.
What I find interesting about this being part of the Max is that this was the first Max thing they published.
Mm-hmm.
And in the first issue, you can tell.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah. It's that thing that I always talk about. I don't know how many people here have seen Logan, but like I always think like the first 30 minutes of Logan are like go especially hard at the whole like, oh, we're gonna be an R-rated X-Men movie. I'm like, and then like after the first 30 minutes they tone it down a little bit more. But I just always felt that way about like the very first portion of that film. Very much the same thing here. It's like, we're gonna let people know you're reading a mature comic made for adults, and then it kind of settles back into itself.
And then it settles back down into an actual groove.
Yeah,
and we go from there.
I do think for the reasons of how that manifests itself, I would say the first issue was probably the weakest for me.
Interesting.
So for me at least, I I mean I don't read a ton of comics, so I mean all I've really read recently has been for this podcast. So like you all will know what my comics like backstory coming into this was, and like it was actually, to borrow a bit from the Logan metaphor, just I do agree that it almost feels like at first what you're doing is like the quick fire, like I guess ideas that you would have once you are given the ability to do an R-rated comic, and then once you get those like sort of out there, then what is left is just R-rated concepts. Because like with Logan, it's a very gross movie for the first 30 minutes, but after that, it's still depressing and it's still full of things you could not do. I would argue in like a movie that is also being targeted towards like, you know, younger teens or whatever. Um, but and like with this story, like a lot of that, especially up front, like there's a lot of like, you know, grossness, and like there's definitely gross things throughout. Like, I mean, things will always pop up, but it almost feels like it is a lot at first, and then from there we just get into like what is an R-rated superhero problem, and let's deal with it realistically.
That's fair. That's fair. I see that.
I think Bendis as a writer isn't quite as gratuitous as, say, Garth Ennis.
What's wrong with Garth Ennis, Jacob?
He's not.
What's wrong? Yeah. What's wrong with Garth Ennis, Jacob?
Well, I was gonna say Garth Ennis being, I guess, because when people talk about Max, they mostly talk about the Punisher Max, aka Garth Ennis's Punisher run, which I obviously have not read, but it's a little bit of Garth Ennis work that I have read is a lot.
And
It's
so
a
good.
lot. Yeah, it's still a lot. Like these are all things. Things are very weird. Getting, I guess, back to the question that Sean asked.
Sean's
Sean, I'm
question
sorry.
spiraled into all of this.
Which is a terrible, terrible problem. Honestly, I think that comics struggle with the difference in stakes.
Yeah, totally.
Often. Like,
but I think when you have a comic like this that knows what it wants to be from the out, I think it can sort of thrive in that environment.
yes.
So,
and I think it's also part of that is also just publishing trends of the audience want the big, world-shattering, epic moments in their storytelling in general, without any regard to character or craft. So I like seeing things dialed in more. I want more things dialed in more, and doing things of a variety. But
it's true.
it's, once again, I quite like that this isn't marketed as a superhero comic, because
yeah, it is very much its own thing.
Yeah. To be more on topic to the question, I do very much think that this does a good job of being like, I guess the word that I've heard a lot for the TV shows that were based off of this kind of thing was the street level.
Yeah.
And I think the comic does a very good job of being that.
Yeah, totally. Finally, moving on to another question. Our friend Jamie asks, how did they adapt this so well into Jessica Jones season 1, only for the rest of it to be mid? That's a lie, Jamie. Sure, the rest of the show isn't as good as season 1, but season 3 especially, I think, really speaks to the core of Jessica as a character, and I think it's just an indicator of why the Defenders era of the MCU was so special. Obviously, I know no one else can comment on the rest of the show.
Yeah, I can't comment. I mean, season 1 is great.
Knowing me, I probably like it.
Jamie does also say Bendis really was on fire during this era. Absolutely, yeah. He was just, in addition to doing everything, it was also probably the best Bendis we've ever gotten. Oh god, we did already trample on Andrew's question here. I totally forgot about this. Andrew asked, do you think the Marvel Max label and more mature content help the book or hinder it? Some Marvel Max books are notorious for trying too hard, though I don't know if this is one of them. Sorry, we did totally trample on the Max label discussion.
I think it absolutely helps. Just like, again, what I was saying before about like just the ability to tackle more mature subject matter that is done well. Like, I think it helps because the execution was done well. If the execution was awful, then it would just seem superfluous. But Brian Michael Bendis did such a good job with balancing everything and just keeping it in a state where I was caring throughout. So like in So like the maturity added to the story, but I think that would be different if the writer just wasn't as good.
Yeah.
I think they chose good stories to tell here for being that.
Yeah. Of course, we're gonna have both of you on for the next episode as well. So I'll be very curious to hear your thoughts on the next volume as well. But Andrew also asks, how faithful is the Netflix series to the comic from what you've read? It's very faithful. There's a reason that the first scene of the comic and the show are the exact same. It's the first scene of the comic is literally the opening shot of the show, and it's good. I think it's a very successful adaptation. I don't know. I like it. I guess Jacob's the only other one here that's seen it.
Yeah, they got the characters down right. I don't know if they adapted. Like, I'm assuming the season 1 of the show is adapting a later plot.
Absolutely. Yeah, it like I said, it's the last volume of the initial Alias run. The 4 volumes of Alias that are collected. The last volume is what becomes Jessica Jones season 1. So.
Which I mean makes sense. It's the last volume is what, the secret origins of Jessica Jones.
Yeah. So, last set of questions here comes from someone named Mason Peters at the GD 256.
All right, yeah. Every time I come on this fucking guy, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
No. Just ask the questions.
Okay, yeah, sure. Number 1, being as vague as you can for our non-spoiler section, what would you do with the tape? So,
what would you do with the tape?
Okay.
Realistically, you know what I think I would do?
What would you do?
I would put it in a drawer while I figured out what I was going to do, and then it would just be there forever.
That's relatable. Just avoiding that responsibility. Yeah,
I think relatable. I would just put it away and then not think about it.
I'd like to think I'd burn the tape. But also the question begs, like, am I in the same situation as the person who has the tape?
This is true.
Or am I me?
There are a lot more factors to consider with that. Yeah. Rachel, what would you do?
My main thought about that is like it's hard to say, because as I was reading it and the part where that is being considered what to do with it was always like I usually when I engage in media, I don't go in trying to like figure stuff out. I just kind of try to like immerse myself in it. So like I was very much like not behind the figuring out that was being done by the characters. Because I was just kind of reading and enjoying being along for the ride. So really the only thing I have to say is I would be surprised if things worked out as well for me as they did in the story.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's one situation.
Yeah.
Second question says, did anything in the book age poorly for you? I think, I mean, definitely. It's a book from 2001.
I will say, like, a lot of it is minor things, at least per what my own like life and experience has allowed me to be able to see, like, on a whim. But there have definitely been worse moments and stories that we've read. There were just a couple things.
I think it aged better than one might expect it to.
There's lots of surprising stuff here,
but certainly not perfectly. You know.
But then again, is anything going to age perfectly? Like,
exactly.
Nah,
I would not expect anything to.
3. What do you expect / want from Volume 2? Speaking to those that have not read it here, which is everyone except me.
Yeah, you missed. You're already a book ahead, and I think
I am. But also, I've read all this shit before, Jacob.
Yes.
Right.
I am not entirely sure what I expect from Volume 2, to be honest. I'm like, there's part
what kind of
I feel like there's a lot of things open-ended from like the second arc of this volume, where I'm like, are you gonna follow up on stuff?
What kind of case would you guys like to see Jessica take on next?
Here's the thing. Based
Graphic
on
novel.
the title,
Yeah,
guessing
yeah.
it's-
The title just kind of started to give a little bit away about this.
I did not look at the
next
title.
phase.
I haven't looked at it.
We can say what it's called. It's called Come Home.
it's called Come Home. 'Cause it's right there on the spine.
Oh, it's obvious what it's about. I don't
Yeah.
know what this means.
A missing persons case, Mason.
Oh, it is not, in fact, on the spine of the version that I have. Interesting.
Oh, did they they probably took them away from the reprints.
No, the reference. I think they just do, it's
Like volume 1, 2,
volume
3,
one,
4.
volume
Yeah.
Whereas the original printings are Alias, Alias Volume 2, Come Home, Alias Volume 3, something, and then
I forgot the
Volume.
last two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jacob, I totally know what you mean. Sorry, I completely blanked for a second, but yeah, no, I totally get it. Sorry, Jesus. I understand now. God damn it. Okay.
Good God.
I'm so sorry. I'm here, I promise.
God. Fourth question says, everyone give me one song that you would expect to find on Jones's playlist. Ooh, I don't know.
Talking Heads.
Definitely. The Talking Heads, definitely. You Ought to Know, I think, is got to be on there, right? I'm assuming. Alanis Morissette.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah.
That's a very Jessica Jones song.
I was gonna say, is just the entire Jagged Little Pill album?
Yeah, that's
on Jessica Jones's playlist.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, she's a pretty easy vibe to peg. She's,
Rachel
is Mason about to laugh at the fact that I said peg?
Yes.
I fucking knew it. The second I saw your fucking face.
I'm so glad we've known each other this long to where you can immediately understand. I didn't say a damn thing.
I just saw your face. I was like, I just saw the curling of your lips. You just... God. Rachel, what do you think is on Jessica Jones's playlist?
I don't know. I'm not the best person to ask about song.
Honestly, you're probably worse than me to ask.
I don't know. What I've been listening to lately is pretty much just Tracy Chapman, Paul McCartney, and George Harrison.
Hell yeah.
So I guess out of that vibe, Tracy Chapman has a fair few songs that fit the depressed vibe. There's one.
I was just gonna say, I do like to imagine Jessica Jones listening to Gone Troppo or something by George Harrison. I think that's really funny.
That would be very funny. I guess I'll just to say a song title. I'll say Tracy Chapman, For My Lover, because that's one that I had been enjoying.
Hell yeah.
Fifth question: want to watch the show now?
Yeah, I'm down.
I mean,
I'm not busy.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm not doing anything.
Want to watch it right now?
Yeah, sure. I guess.
You got
I guess
hours to spare?
my TV's right there. I can we can watch it in the background as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
I actually don't think I'm signed in, so I would do it as a bit, but I don't think I can.
There's also a picture attached to this first set of questions that says excerpt from a radio signal. It reads as follows: ... I see through the bricks to the sea. ... Lift the veil from your eyes and look beyond the tree. ... I've been born again. ... I'm analyzing information. ... Now I am a god. ... Hello.
Is this just Peter Watts's The Things?
I don't understand
doing with this bullshit.
I feel like I think the bit is getting too incomprehensible. I don't know what he's doing anymore.
Who's he?
I don't understand why those I just don't get what the point is.
Now we have now, to be fair, since you were last on the podcast, Mason, there was an extra bit of lore from our 100th episode. I believe when Rachel submitted a thing for our special message to Jacob for the 100th. Rachel, are you okay after that? What happened after you sent him that message?
Did something happen?
No. The answer is no. The answer is definitely no. Not at all. Everything is
Everybody
fine.
in on this except me.
Everything is
feel
fine.
like
We're all fine. We're all good. Don't worry.
No, Jacob. I believe you me. I'm just as confused as you are. I don't know what he's going on about. I don't know what's happening.
We do have two final questions from this guy. It says number 6. Mason, take a bite of your food and drink water. You keep fucking forgetting to be healthy. He's gonna pull out something
Joey.
right
I
now.
mean, I feel like you could have said that nicer, but like, you know.
No, it's in all caps. It's in all caps, Mason.
Okay, I mean, no, it's. I mean, look, it's. I got pretzels right here. I mean, oh, you guys. It's fine. I'll have a pretzel. It's fine. I'll get a pretzel.
Oh my god. And then last question: which issue is your favorite? You know,
5.
People are gonna hate me. It might be 5. 5's great, but honestly, I love issue 1. I think it's such a strong mission statement for the book. Personally,
Issue 1 is my favorite ending.
No, that's true. It's a phenomenal cliffhanger. It really is.
I was not paying attention to what issue is what exactly.
That is fair.
Yeah.
I will say,
Funny is the only one who has the excuse for that is you, because Joey,
That's true.
were reading.
I'm the one reading from the original version of the trade, which does not separate the fucking issues.
Oh wow.
However, when I first read the comic, I read it digitally, and I had the Ultimate Collections, which did split the issues, but I forget what those splits are, except for the first one, which I guess just goes to show how good that issue on Cliffhanger is, that I remember where that first issue cut off.
Does end well.
It is a good ending.
Yeah.
All right. I think that finally does it for questions. Oh man, let's jump into Fresh Face Correspondence. It's the part of the show where we read out your responses to things that we have done. Anywhere you comment, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, wherever you comment, we will read out your comments here on this show on Correspondence right now. There's only one this week though. That's all right. From our friend Michael O'Brien, who I'm so glad to see is commenting on our comic book stuff again. Because
he's one of your Star Trek guys, isn't he?
He's one of my Star Trek commenters. And Michael O'Brien, I just want to say you're a fucking legend. Thank you so much for supporting everything we do here on Blood Donut. Michael says, I always find it funny when this is a comment on our last episode on Dark Phoenix. I always find it funny when a comic book storyline gets very iconic, so it gets adapted a bunch of times, but also has some really weird comic book isms that don't get brought into the adaptations. So they're always really surprising when you read the source material for the first time. For me, this was fighting the disco-themed superhero is introduced in this particular storyline, which it's weird, especially because, like, as far as adaptations are concerned, Dazzler just doesn't fucking exist. Like, except for
she's in Dark Phoenix
for the tiniest bit in Dark Phoenix, the movie. It's stupid. It really is.
It also does not help that they really don't ever adapt Dark Phoenix properly at all.
No, they're allergic to doing it.
Yeah, I've only seen The Last Stand, but it didn't do what I know the story like of what I know of the story, which granted isn't too much. It doesn't seem like Last Stand was terribly well executed, and I've not watched Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, Dark Phoenix is marginally better. What was that, Rachel? Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say I know very little of the Dark Phoenix, but I want to eventually watch all of the X-Men movies, and now that you've said that there's a disco themed villain, I kind of want to read the comic as well.
Not a villain, just a regular mutant.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
I mean, still, I would love to read the comic in which this disco themed character appears.
She's called Dazzler. She's a legend. They actually just recently, in current Marvel publishing, they did a number of variant covers that were disco themed around Dazzler. It was very fun. That people should check out. All right, that is it for correspondence. I think that's it for that. We're about to jump into our spoiler section. So before we jump into that, just want to let everyone know, for those that are not sticking around for the spoiler section, you already know what we're covering next time. We're talking about Volume 2, Come Home. Then after that, we're getting into some other Marvel stuff. We have a single Marvel episode block.
I was going to say a returning thing, I think, which
it is a returning thing.
We're going to have to put in some guesses on that. Okay, we'll see.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. If you're not sticking around for that as well, also check out our Patreon, patreon.com/BloodedNoteStudios. You can get all kinds of fun things there, like early Star Trek reviews, Star Trek commentaries, Fresh Face Extras. It's even more of the podcast that you love so much that you're listening to right now. This time we talked about Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein and other such adaptations, and it was a good time. So check that out on
It's fun
Patreon.
time.
But if
It was
you're
fun.
not any of that, there is a general support tier. It's only $1 a month. It gets your name down in the description below. It'll be the first thing that people see when they go down there. They'll see that you're a cool person. They'll want to be a cool person too. They'll join the Patreon. That's what happens. I can confirm. Otherwise, link trees, socials, all that will be down below in the description. Blue Sky mostly, other things that we're on as well. Links to the book we covered today and the book we're covering next time are down below as well. You can check those out there. And I think that about does it. So let's hop into our spoiler section now with Alias number 1. So, fuck. It's a very
Go
mature
on.
book. It's a very mature book.
Very mature book.
Very mature book. Yeah, the first line of the comic is fuck, and they just want you to know that you're reading an R-rated comic book.
Remember, this is. Let's be okay. We can find it funny because DC at this point had Vertigo going since the mid '90s.
Yeah,
Since
yeah,
the mid
exactly.
'90s, like Vertigo
Yeah.
going proper.
Mhm.
So Marvel
By
is
this point, like,
kind
what,
of
6
late
years?
to the game. Yeah, like
What's up?
6 years.
What was that?
So
Mason?
so this would be like 6 years after?
Yeah,
Yeah,
to,
I think-
to be fair, Vertigo for DC was more like an official stamp to put on things that they were already doing for years on end at that point. It was more just be like, hey, like all those things like Swamp Thing and Hellblazer and Sandman that we've been doing for years on end, we're just going to officially label those Vertigo now, so people know which ones are mature reader comic books.
Yes. So you're not like, oh, yeah. So Marvel is once again playing catch. There's a lot of Marvel playing catch up to DC in the comic space, which is
Always.
so funny
Always,
because
man.
it's
Always.
arguably reversed in the movie space. Like,
Although we are on the road to healing.
unless Warner gets bought out by Paramount, like,
Don't say that, Jacob. Don't say that. Please,
Oh, no.
please don't say that. I need
Say
you to
it.
not. I need
Say
you to
it.
pretend you didn't
Say
say
it.
that right now.
Do it. Do it.
I'm not.
Feel your anger.
Mason, don't Palpatine me. I just pay attention to the news.
Don't pay attention to the news. The news is a bad place.
Can someone quote? Can someone quote him on that? Don't Palpatine me. I only wait. What was it? I only read the news.
It was
Attention
only
to the
paying
news.
attention to the news.
God. But yeah, no, so as far as like the Maxim print goes, yeah, it's a strong first impression. It is the scene where a guy is freaking out over some news he's gotten from Jessica because he is this client of hers who has found out that his wife is cheating on him. He is not taking it very well. He freaks out, attempts to attack Jessica, and she sends him flying through a window.
Yeah, good evocative opening.
Yeah.
The art here is by Michael Gatiss, and
Yes.
the colors for the entire book are by the legendary Matt Hollingsworth,
Yes,
who's
absolutely.
a fantastic colorist,
Yeah.
who so you're actually familiar with. He colored Preacher, so
Oh.
It's true.
yes. I think we've covered. Obviously, we've covered Preacher on here, and I think there's another thing or two that we've done that he's
Probably.
been a colorist of.
Probably.
It's the problem of this is someone who has had such a
Such
crazy
a long career. Yeah. Yeah.
long
Um,
career.
I do have
Yeah.
a thing to mention about the very beginning that just is hilarious to me.
Yes.
The reprint edition that I have opens with an introduction by Jeff Loeb.
Yes.
Yeah. It's included in all of them.
He also starts by saying "fuck" in all caps in bold, and then goes,
he does.
I'm sorry, I know that may have startled some of you, or even offended you. I didn't mean to upset you, but it is quite remarkable how a simple word, a 4-letter word, can bring about such a reaction, or in the case of the book you are holding, a revolution.
I mean,
I need you to know. Wait.
It does seem like such an overreaction, of course, to something that is incredibly simple, but also, yeah, I mean, like it was a big thing for comics at the time, for Marvel comics especially.
Yeah, like the book is great, and like the the fact that it is R-rated functionally is like, is required to tell the stories that they're telling, but like, I mean, I don't think I would say specifically opening it with "fuck" is a genius masterstroke or anything.
Yeah.
Or
I think it's
like,
really funny.
It is funny.
It is so 2001. We need to show that this is not for kids.
I mean, God, like
So-
even back once again in the fucking Doctor Who space on this podcast where we find ourselves so often, same shit that Torchwood does in its first episode.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
just like, you know, so often people will just like overcorrect in that direction.
Yeah.
Just be like, no, this is a mature story. I'm like, okay, sure. So you're just gonna say fuck a bunch. That's it. You know, like
You're gonna say fuck,
Yeah.
and you're gonna have sex.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to
No,
happen.
shocking. Wow.
Yeah.
We did bring Doctor Who up. I will take this opportunity to say that the comparison that kept returning to me as I read this book was, oh, this is a lot like Who Killed Kennedy.
Oh God.
That is
You
the
know,
nichest
you
Doctor
know,
Who reference you could have made.
Yeah, it's
Kinda.
not. Yeah.
Yeah.
For
So
everyone
anyway,
at home, Who Killed Kennedy was a Doctor Who book from like the 90s. It's like aggressively out of print. Just
Aggressively
in
out of
case you didn't
print.
know.
It's a great way to describe a book. Aggressively out of print.
It's like it's like really out of print. Like
Well,
really
I
out of
have the
print.
really out of print book.
Yeah, I was gonna
don't.
say I think three of us in this
Guys.
episode have a copy of this book.
Mason, as the one person in this call who doesn't have a copy of Who Killed Kennedy, what's so aggressively out of print about it?
I just want to know who killed him. Like no one will tell me. No one's gonna spoil the book. But I can't read the fucking book.
Good God. We should talk
But,
about
like-
Jessica Jones. We should.
Talk about Jessica Jones.
yeah.
The one thing I didn't realize, Jessica was a superhero. Like,
Oh, you didn't know this, Jacob?
I didn't realize this. No, she was a superhero
Yeah.
beforehand.
What, Jacob? This costume that they show here was in the first season of Jessica Jones. They show it.
Oh, yeah. Look, it's been a couple of years since we did that bonus episode, sadly, because I can't get
'Cause you-
through
'cause you're a bad
television at a
co-host.
reasonable goddamn pace.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, so a police officer comes to fill out a report on the broken window, and he sees that she was once a superhero. There's a picture of her in her superhero costume, standing alongside Thor and Iron Man and Vision and the Wasp, and then of course Ms. Marvel, or as she was known then, Ms. Marvel. And we start to get a look into what Jessica's life was like at one point, and who this character actually is. Because importantly, like Bendis rates Jessica as if she has a lot of history, but this is her very first appearance. Like she wasn't in anything before this. Like
I was going to ask about that. Like I was going to ask if this was like a pre-established superhero before that was like adapted into this.
Yeah, no, the concept behind the character is just, you know, what if there was a character here who lived the superhero life, decided it wasn't for her, fucking quit, and tried to live a normal life. And so he bakes the past of Jessica Jones into Marvel history as he's writing her, and it's really cool. It's a cool take, a cool approach to the character. We get this conversation with these cops. One of them gets pissed because, you know, she's not like, you know, she's not being extra nice to them about their superhero fandom. And God, I just love
Cops in this book suck. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, hey, cops in general suck, and
Yes,
it's
this is
almost
true.
like it's almost like Brian Michael Bendis is trying to say that.
Cops are
Yeah.
bad.
wait, hang on. Have we just flipped the script that I have to give you? But that would be saying that comics are being political.
Jacob, don't fucking say that to me, you fucking gun-loving Trump supporter. I don't want to fucking hear it from you, Jacob.
I thought this bit had died. You guys,
You're the
don't
one
listen
bringing it
to
up right now. You're the one doing this to me, Jacob.
Why don't you just go back in your corner and you just think about 9/11 all you want, man. You know, none of us are going to say anything. You know, you can do whatever you want. None of us are. Not a word of judgment is going to be spoken amongst any of us.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So the comic. So there's like a fun little match cut.
I really love
This happens a lot in the comic, and I love this. Where like it's like the same drawing, but it's in a different location, and I don't know why. I just like that as a stylistic choice for like a story like this. I just think it's kind of fun to just show like how monotonous things can be, and like how monotonous things will continue to be.
Yeah, it's the noir vibe. It's very much the noir detective vibe.
I did not even pick up on this first one being.
Oh yeah, they're doing it throughout the entire
different
comic.
locations. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yep. Yeah,
It's a lot.
Here's the thing. It can seem lazy, but like it's very purposeful. Like Michael Gaydos knows what he's doing when he does this.
Here's the thing. I would argue part of it only seems lazy because of the invincible joke. that would have
of course.
like.
Sorry, Jacob, would you like to explain that for those who don't know?
Yes, so in an early issue of Invincible, which started like 2 years after, oddly enough, 2 years after this comic started, our main character Mark goes to get a comic book signed by a writer who is so obviously a stand-in for writer Robert Clint. And they literally make this joke, why do you sometimes have like the art just repeat panels 3 times in a row? Oh, it just makes it easier on the artist. While repeating panels 3 times in a row.
The whole
it's a
scene
very
is a
visual
panel,
joke.
Just like, it's very funny. But it is also
apparently
Robert being very lazy.
Robert Kirkman and I who was drawing it at that point? Cory Walker, maybe? I think it's Cory Walker at that point still.
The match cut thing where like it's in a different location is not a thing that I would have called lazy, though.
No, it is.
That I think is very fun.
It's also like there's usually, when it occurs throughout this book, there's something in between it to also give it.
Even then, I mean, the whole conversation with the cops on the page right before it, like, uses the same panel of Jessica Jones 3 times in a row, and the same panel of the cops twice in a row, as that conversation is happening between them.
And the third time for the cops, it just adds a file folder, like
yep, and opens the one cop's mouth, like,
and that one gets repeated a second later.
Yeah, exactly. And I love I love especially the page after that before the match cut. I love, they do this a couple times throughout the comic, just wordless pages where Gatos is just doing all of the work telling this story. Because again, I can't stress enough, this is the first appearance of this character. I think this single page does so much to tell you about like who Jessica is. Like, as she's just sitting there after the cops leave, just stares. I love just the black sunken eyes that she's drawn with as she stares at that picture of her as Jewel, lights up the cigarette, and then passes out.
That's so good.
Yeah, it's just so well done. So we go to a bar. Jessica is approached by a friend of hers, one Luke Cage. Jacob, isn't it crazy how this guy keeps popping up in things that we cover?
Yeah. Is that going to be a theme? Is he popping up in the next episode after next too?
I can't remember if he does or not. I haven't started reading the next one yet. I don't know. Sorry for Mason and Rachel who do not know what we're talking about. We did our Luke Cage block, and then he showed up in our X-Men block right afterwards, and now he's here as well. So
that's funny.
Damn. But yeah. So Jacob, I'd love to hear your perspective on this. How has Luke Cage evolved over the years?
Here's the thing. I do know that at this point, like, Power Man and Iron Fist, that book had been canceled. Like,
for a while, yeah.
And I want to say canceled for a while. Like, so Bendis is basically taking Luke Cage as a character, throwing a lot out the window, and kind of making him an interesting parallel to Jessica, because he's not a superhero. Like, in this book, he's not Div. He's I think he gets his own like Max imprint book that is apparently
there's Luke Cage Noir, if that's what you're referring to.
No, there's one literally just called Cage.
Oh yes, I forgot about that one. You're right.
It ran for like 5 issues. Apparently it was bad.
Realistically, like Luke Cage's next big thing that he jumps to after this and that Max line is New Avengers. Bendis makes him part of the New Avengers. And
he does, because he's
not with Jessica Jones.
And in Civil fucking War.
Yeah.
Once again, there's a reason why I don't. Whenever we do Marvel, it's always like, how does this connect to it? One of the worst things we read for the goddamn podcast now, and I hate it. Like,
it is an unfortunately important thing that happened in the Marvel universe. So we have Luke and Jessica here. Okay, so let's talk about the first sex scene in Alias. Luke and Jessica hook up, and I'm just curious about your thoughts on this, because like it's a 2-page scene. It is a scene entirely from Jessica's perspective, like from her perspective and in her own head, like in her own thoughts. The art doesn't get more explicit than her face. and I don't know. It is. I mean, of course, it's a man writing it still, but I just like that the focus is on her and what she's thinking and what she's doing, and like there is just. I don't know. I just appreciate that a lot.
There's also this
that-
idea that Jessica's just using him to feel something, anything, like,
yeah.
Yeah.
which is only going to spiral her already fractured mental state further. Because,
I think based on this, and then something that happens a little later, I think the implication is also that he's cheating on somebody with her.
oh yes,
Yeah. Luke gets around.
Yeah. I mean, we see her later on, don't we?
Yeah, that's the
yeah,
thing I was referring to.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
Yeah.
But it is nice that you point that out. It's like, oh yeah, it is focusing on her. It very much was still kind of to me like, okay, like you're just doing the whole like this is an adult book.
Yeah, that's true.
Or whatever.
That's true.
That was my reaction to it.
Well, Bendis also does drop an N-word without a hard R.
Yeah.
He does. I had forgotten about that when I was going to reread this, and I was like, "Oh fuck, okay, cool, yeah, that's there. That's."
This
Yeah.
is definitely a writer who can name a clean-cut superhero's father, Jefferson Davis.
Yeah.
Jesus. I have a question for the people who have read other Luke Cage stuff.
Yes.
When he says that he's never been about the tights and shit, is that accurate?
Yeah. I mean, he has a technically a costume, if you will, in the original run. It's really just his clothes, and he wears a headband. Like,
Yeah.
he's never worn tights. He's never had a full like spandex costume or anything like that.
Gotcha.
So,
It's especially funny because in that run, it's just they don't know what to call him, so they just call him Luke Cage for. And Luke Cage already is a pseudonym. Like,
yeah. Well, importantly, they call him Lucas here in this book because Lucas is his real name.
It's his real name.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just love Luke Cage. He's a great character. He's so good. But the next day, Jessica is returning to her apartment. A woman is there to hire her for a case, and here we begin just a look and a vibe that I always just associate with Alias when I look back on it and I think about the comic, which is these sort of I guess hiring scenes, you would call them, the scenes where the whole thing is this 2-page spread of Jessica just deadpan looking at someone as they plead with her and give her their whole life story about who they are, what they want, why they want it, and it's this woman that talks to Jessica about her sister Miranda going missing. She was with this guy, and she fears she may have run off with him, whoever he may have been. And so Jessica takes on this case.
Well, our perspective is just slowly zooming in on this woman and her eye. Like,
oh yeah,
it's
a great look.
It's a lot. There's a lot of interesting stuff just with the layouts of this book.
The page before that has some interesting stuff too.
Yeah. Oh, totally. The way Jessica's eye like focuses on specific details about her, like what she's wearing, her purse, things like that. Yeah, it's cool.
Very much communicating. This is a rich bitch. This is a rich bitch who has money.
Oh yeah.
Probably a southern accent for some reason. Like,
see, I don't know. The next volume is full of people with southern accents, so I can't describe that.
Okay, so I don't know. I don't know. There's something like classic 50s noir that like I'm giving this voice in my head.
I can kind of see it.
Like, something like Vivian Lee in A Streetcar Named Desire. For some reason,
I haven't seen enough of like actual noir stuff, so my reference is that one. Vic Michaelis Make Some Noise prompt.
Oh god. Yes. Okay, I know what you mean. Yes.
Hello, it's me, Cassandra.
Yes. Oh god. But so Jessica takes on this case, begins looking into this Miranda, tracks Miranda to this house where she is hooking up with this
once
guy.
again, like the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages of the issue, no dialogue, very little narration. Like, it is very, very quick.
I really
Finds her.
I just wanted to point out I really like just kind of the like Jessica talking, sort of narrating to the audience just about like what it's like to be a private investigator. I just find that really fun. Like,
Oh yeah.
I don't know how accurate it is to real life, but it feels like it likely is. It has the vibe of at least being, whether it is or not. And it's
Well,
fun.
It does feel at least
that's
a
the
little
thing is-
researched.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but nothing else. Like Bendis does the work to make Jessica feel like a real person. So like, if even if it's not accurate what she's saying, it's like she feels real enough that you can understand what she's saying and ascribe that to her whole job and her line of work.
I like the bit of. She said she spent more time verifying the client is legit than she does finding a person.
Yeah.
I can imagine for like for a situation like that where like, I mean, you do have a lot of people coming in and being like, hey, big fan. Like I would imagine you would have to like vet a lot of it. And I mean, that's kind of an overall theme in this. Like, how much is a person who they say they are? Like, is it really like, are you really who you're saying you are? Like, is anybody? Like, it's something that comes up a lot, and I like that.
Yeah. We have Jessica trailing Miranda to this guy that she is with. Eventually, the guy gets something on his pager, disappears from the room, and Jessica's like, "Well, fuck, no one's coming out of the house. Back door? No. Yeah, whatever." Happens to point her camera upwards, and we get this amazing cliffhanger.
Specifically because her leg falls asleep, so she's jiggling her leg, and it knocks the camera upward, and it's like, oh,
hi, Captain America.
Hi, Cap.
Yeah. Oops.
First off, I just love the implication that Steve Rogers gets around, because we know he fucking does. We know Steve Rogers gets around. Jessica essentially now has ended up with accidental footage of Captain America's true identity, which is so good. It's a great reveal. So
her face on the last page. Her face on the last page is also great. I'm just like,
yes. Yeah. All right. So I love the way the second issue opens with her just freaking out and like being like, okay, cool. Who's following me? Am I going to die? Someone after me now? What the fuck? I found out Captain America's secret identity. What happens now? Like, she gets so paranoid. And it's just a great way. There's a lot of narration at the start of the second issue.
A lot of narration, a lot of arrows, not a whole lot of dialogue. So much so she then has to play the tape back. She's just like, did I see what I saw? Thought I saw. Did we get it?
Maybe it's terrible. It's like, no, it's fucking perfect. It's kind of perfect.
Yes. It's so good. It's
kind of exactly who Captain America is. Like that is aggressively Steve Rogers.
I do need to know for the people that have not read as many Captain America comics as either me or Jacob, Steve Rogers is a secret identity. Does that feel for the people familiar with the MCU?
Yeah, I didn't know that, but I gathered it from the context of this that I guess it was in this case.
I guess, like, I mean, I think we had talked about it before because I think this came up in the Civil War discussion because, like, I mean, topics of like secret identities and stuff. So, but before that, I don't think I assumed everyone knew because, like, he did like the only thing was that, like, obviously there would have to be some sort of like widespread knowledge of the fact that this person was gone for 70 years and now they're back and actively working for the government. So
yeah.
The sliding timescale of comics, because now my brain is 70 years. Captain America was only woken up 20 years 15 years after he.
I'm thinking specifically MCU.
I know I always bring this up when we bring up Captain America's time scale, but for Rachel and Mace, if nothing else, I just love reading 60s Avengers, and they bring Captain America out of the ice, and it's like, Captain America, welcome back. You've been gone for 20 years. It's so weird. It feels really weird because it's like, Captain America should be gone for a really long time, not the 20 years between World War II and his first appearance in Avengers. It's always so weird, and God, I can't wait till we get to eventually talk about the final volume of Jessica Jones, where we do flashbacks to Jessica Jones as a teenager, who is the same age as Peter Parker
Is she the
15
same?
years ago.
She's
15 years ago.
I was gonna say, isn't she the same age as Peter? Like,
She's the same age as Peter Parker somehow.
Like,
It's so funny.
did she go
Also
to
funny.
Midtown High School?
The answer is yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Is it confirmed actually?
Yes, Bendis has so much
Oh
fun.
my God.
There's a flashback issue in Volume 4. It's so much fun.
Of course there is. I love that.
I wanted to point out a thing I really enjoyed, which was the like the backgrounds like behind the panels. Like in issue 2, it starts out like all the backgrounds are black behind the panels. And I just feel like that was really effective with the like the paranoia and like and then like as it goes on, there's like a couple pages where it's like sort of a gray or brown or something, and then it goes to white again.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I do like that.
I just think that's a cool little thing.
I also love that Jessica as a character is smart enough to realize as soon as she has like the 2 minutes to breathe, oh, I've been set up. Like,
oh yeah, exactly.
Like,
and
This
so she goes. Go ahead.
this is when I started getting into the story. Is when she was like, "Oh, I'm being set up," and starts thinking about this. That's when I was like, "Oh, okay, this is interesting." I like this.
so when the rising action can actually happen, because let's be honest, the first issue,
It's
all
all
stuff-
it's tone setting.
Very set up,
yeah.
it ends on an inciting incident. Jessica Jones secretly films the identity of Captain America.
This is also the thing that's really cool about, like, I obviously most people are familiar with Jessica Jones, the television series, but like Jessica Jones, the television series was an MCU show made for Netflix, and they didn't really have the rights to do anything larger with the MCU. So like,
One that I believe, I looked into it. They wanted to include Carol Danvers in the show.
Yeah, but
And
obviously
they were like, no, you can't do that. We're developing a Captain Marvel movie, so no.
It's so funny that Captain Marvel movie came out the same year as the final season of Jessica Jones. But yeah, so it's like it's they couldn't do things like that. So but like when you actually see the comics that and see like how Jessica is actually meant to interact with the larger Marvel universe, it's cool. We can do stories like Jessica Jones accidentally finds out the secret identity of Captain America, and it's really good.
I do love that the inciting incident is, oh God, I'm too good at my job. Like, I think that's funny.
Literally. We have Jessica trying to contact the number, then finding out that it's disconnected.
Finding out that the woman that hired her doesn't exist. Not real. Not a real person.
Address is a baby clothes store.
Yep. Eventually she is around the apartment where she found Captain America. There has been a murder here now, and this Miranda girl is now dead, being carried away. Jessica is here to witness this.
The cops immediately zone in on her. She starts asking questions.
We get another scene with Luke here then, when Jessica goes to see Luke. This is where we get our whole Luke is here's the thing. Luke is cheating on multiple people is the implication. Like Luke gets around. Luke Cage, much like Captain America, gets around. Luke Cage fucks. There's this really standoffish encounter between Luke and Jessica, and I don't know. I just find this. It is interesting. Like when you take characters like Luke Cage, who have spent characters like Luke Cage and Captain America, that are like spent their entire lives in general audience family comics, and now make their way over here, and it's like like we can tell just different stories like this. Like, what are the actual personal lives of these characters like? It's a weird side to see of Luke Cage, but it is a side that is realistic and could happen. It's I just find that fascinating.
It's also really I think hits when this like she's like trying to find a place to stay that's not her apartment because she's just like so freaked out. Yeah.
There's a whole scene afterwards of her like beating herself up for thinking that there was like something more there with Luke, which is also really fun eventually with where they go. Does anyone here know anything about the relationship between Jessica Jones and Luke Cage?
I do.
You do? You know the thing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You know the thing.
Yeah, I know the thing.
You know the thing. All right.
I know they had sex.
They do have sex. That is true.
They do have sex.
Yeah.
It happened the last
Um,
issue. That's all I know.
Yes.
a true fact. A true fact. Yeah. Okay.
And
Cool.
let me get the big reveal. The Avengers are kind of dicks. They're like,
Shocker.
shocker.
Yeah.
It's very hard to actually try and contact them, which is
You
unsurprising.
have 15 seconds, 10 seconds.
It is fun. Yeah. Jessica tries to like go to Avengers Mansion, talk to the Avengers. They're not there. They don't want her there. So eventually she goes back to her apartment. There are cops there waiting for her. There to talk to her because they clocked that she was there at the scene of Miranda's murder. She starts to lie to them.
I love this. I love this dialogue of were you hired to tail of Miranda Pritchett? Yes. When was the last time you saw her? Last night. Last night? Yeah, first and last time. First and last. Yeah, the sister of her asked me to find her, make sure she was okay. But I did. Last night. Would it surprise you to know that she was brutally murdered last night?
And then they're just those.
I also-
it's
like-
the great oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I like this as like a contrast to like other scenes where we see Jessica doing the almost interrogating. Where like in this one, the cop's face is the one that's kind of mostly stagnant, but we actually get more shadows on Jessica. We see like a frame of her like completely like her eyes are like covered in shadows, and like another one she's looking like slightly off in a different direction. Like it's interesting to see like almost her breaking as the dialogue is showing that what she's saying isn't going to hold true in like 10 seconds when they ask another question. I just love the visual like manifestation of it.
Yeah.
Because her response to, would it surprise you to know she was murdered last night?
It's that
yes.
Yeah, it's once again the great purpose of those panels that are repeated throughout the issue. Like you just get the like in between brutally murdered last night and yes are two panels of her face and then looking at her looking at her bag. It is so fascinating. There are also just some really great layouts throughout this on that same page when she says yes and she responds to them. There's just a ton of blank space on the left side there. Like it's meant to be off-putting and it's meant to be like there's something just isn't quite right here. It's like there's this sense of shifting throughout the scene that's all just done visually and it's really well executed.
So they and we end with this. Oh, by the way, we were given a tip that you were in the crowd last night, and we're going to make you come down to the station.
Yeah. Is that the end of the second issue? I will never know when the end of the issues are.
Yeah, that's
you actually
the
got
end
it.
Of the issue. The end of the issue is this haunting panel of Jessica's eyes just fuck.
Right after the cop goes, I hope you're smart enough to know that using your powers at this point would be a real mistake.
Oh my god, yeah.
And so we go into Alias number 3. It's interrogation room time.
AKA Brian Michael Bendis says all cops are bastards.
Yeah.
God, this scene is so tense.
It's so good. It's so well done.
Once again, Matt Hollingsworth is a legendary colorist. His use of red through this entire thing.
Yep. Also, this cop here looks and in my mind has the voice of Tom Selleck. That's relevant to anything. I just think he does.
Wait, which era Tom Selleck? Like, are we thinking like Blue Bloods? Or are we thinking like Magnum PI or
Magnum PI?
Okay, I like that.
Yeah,
Tom Selleck. Yeah.
Tom Selleck. Oh god!
Imagine a guy with a mustache from the 80s.
A guy with a mustache from the 80s. He was in Friends. He was Monica's boyfriend at one point in Friends.
I like the older guy that she dated.
He's the older guy, yeah.
I'm sure I've not seen anything he's in, but I probably will at some point.
Have you seen Meet the Robinsons?
Oh, I have, but it's been so long ago.
He's in Meet the Robinsons.
That he is. So we get this great interrogation scene with Jessica and this cop, I love this continual implication that the cop is looking for a reason to book her. And
is doing a thing that you'll be surprised to know that the police do is just bombard with questions. Don't give a chance to like make the phone call or demand for a lawyer because Jessica has the right to a lawyer that she isn't going to get.
Oh yeah, there's like one line where it's like the only people who ask for phone calls are guilty, and it's like, Right. Here it is. It's you know who asks for phone calls? Who? Guilty people. And then immediately after, it's another amazing panel of just her covered in shadows.
Yeah, it's good shit. There's this constant
also-
implication. There's this constant implication that like Jessica is threatening him, which he keeps like latching on to. It's just a
He
really
interrogates her about her powers too.
yeah.
And he doesn't
Which we don't ever
stop
get, like,
smiling.
just we don't really get her superpowers defined, like,
Yeah.
fairly
We don't.
explicitly. Which is,
Where they
I think that's a
where-
really good choice because that just makes her feel more like a normal person. Like,
Yeah.
This is also where they think they dropped the name Jewel as her former superhero
Yes.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And it feels
I also
thematically
love-
appropriate.
I
feels
love
thematically
how. Oh yeah.
It's
I
just
also love how
thematically-
whenever the cop.
Sorry.
Rachel, you go first. Jacob, you go second.
first.
Go ahead, Rachel.
Sorry. It feels thematically appropriate that after that he then says any other aliases we need to know about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I was gonna say I love that whenever the cop tries to switch to like good cop mode, that's when the art makes him look the most sinister.
yeah. Yep.
Like
Absolutely.
there's this where it's like, Jessica says, "Oh, I met the big orange guy, the Thing. Sure, he rocks. No pun intended." It's just this like creepy fucking panel of this guy, like
Yeah.
um.
Oh God.
He just
and of
doesn't
course-
stop smiling.
Yeah. Of course, it all
And here's the
culminates
thing.
in this.
The bulk of this issue is the interrogation. Like
Yeah.
I love it. I
Um,
think it's so. I love this issue.
does all
it's
culminate,
this
of course,
masterclass in tension building, and it builds and builds until Jessica breaks, and it's basically like states, I didn't kill her, and it's about to go in, and then suddenly in waltzes Matt Murdock.
Hi, Matt, my
Um,
boy, my baby boy.
Who's like, oh, thank God, a serious person who understands the legal system.
And I just love how like right before it goes all red, like everything is going red.
I do ask for the people here that aren't Jacob. History with Daredevil as a character.
Spider-Man No Way Home.
Using Spider-Man No Way Home.
Okay, wow. All right then.
Wait,
You both had the
wait,
same answer. to that.
I have actually seen the first episode of the Netflix Daredevil show.
Okay, gotcha. A banger.
The the Living Dead showed it to me. Actually,
I might have.
Well, hey, if nothing else, he kind of basically serves the same purpose in this issue that he does in Spider-Man: No Way Home. So,
I mean, yeah, it was it was a very similar situation actually.
yeah. He's in here to actually say like, hey, yeah, no, you are abusing my client essentially, and she is my client, and Jessica doesn't know this. But he comes waltzes in all. Yes, she is my client. I'm getting her out of here right now. And it's also important to note that like Jessica knows Matt Murdock, or knows who Matt Murdock is. Does not know he's Daredevil, which is important to this relationship, I think.
Yeah.
And to Jessica, Matt is just a good lawyer and a friend of
A lawyer in New York City with his own firm. Like,
Yep. This is also where we start getting our first hints of where a lot of this is going. We get like little visual cues, like this bus that they pass by when they leave the station with the banner on it, Keaton for president.
Yeah, I saw that and I was
it's-
immediately like, "Oh, this clearly means something."
Yeah,
Like fucking yeah. It was like okay, that's got to be something.
yeah.
I do want to mention, just from in the interrogation, a thing that I did not remember until just now, flipping through the book. There's a panel of the cop with just his head resting on his hands, going a pee dance.
Yes, I forgot.
Just delightful.
I forgot about that.
That's
Yes,
hilarious.
yes. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, Matt gets Jessica out of there. We learn that he is a friend of Carol Danvers, right? Yes.
Oh, Luke Cage.
Sorry, Luke Cage, correct.
Luke Cage. Yeah.
My apologies. But yeah, a friend of Luke Cage's is gives us some advice, don't leave the city for now. Here's my card for my firm. Be in touch, etc. Fucks off. Jessica goes back home, and now it's time we talk about Carol Danvers. So for all of you, actually, because this is the first time we've ever properly delved into her on the podcast, history with Carol Danvers.
I haven't even seen Captain Marvel, guys. Like,
Oh, I've seen Captain Marvel. I've seen Captain Marvel and then appearance in Endgame, and I don't think I've seen any of the other stuff she's been in since then.
The internet has told me that she's a Mary Sue and that Brie Larson is the devil.
Oh, of course, naturally, obviously, yeah.
I have exactly the same. I watched the Captain Marvel movie when it came out. I remember when it came out, everyone was like really upset that it was a female-led superhero movie. I was in like 10th grade at the time. But like beyond that and like the other Avengers movies, I don't think I've seen this character elsewhere. I never watched the Marvels show, which I do want to, and then I didn't watch like the Marvels movie that came out.
Ms. Marvel, you mean? Okay, I see. Ms. Marvel.
Yeah. Sorry,
yes, okay.
Ms. Marvel. But like for what I do know is that there was a similar character in DC that had to be renamed.
Captain Marvel, Shazam.
Yes.
The
original Captain Marvel.
Who Rachel was on our podcast episode 4 talking about Shazam. It all comes full circle. It all comes back around. But importantly, also for the comics at the time, this was before Carol Danvers was rebranded. This is when she was known as Ms. Marvel.
Really?
Yes. Oh, yeah. She's still Ms. Marvel here at this point.
I could have sworn. I thought they called her. I guess they must not have called her anything. I don't think they ever actually named her.
Yeah, I don't think they ever actually named her Ms. Marvel in this. That's basically if she's wearing the black costume with the stripy yellow thing on it, then she's Ms. Marvel.
I just look. Yeah, they don't call her. She doesn't become Captain Marvel apparently until 2012.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Well, okay, that makes more sense because they a different Captain Marvel is mentioned later in the book, and I was briefly a little bit confused by that.
That would be So Captain Marvel would be a different Kree character at the time, and so eventually when she became Captain Marvel, this is not long before Kamala Khan was created, and Kamala Khan became Ms. Marvel. So,
isn't it the original Marvel Captain Marvel, not DC one? Because
Marvel,
yeah. Didn't he isn't his death really important? Didn't he die in
It is. I've never read it myself.
The 80s.
And this is all, of course, not to be confused with Marvel Girl, who is actually Jean Grey from the X-Men.
Fuck. Okay, wait, hold on a second. No, hold on. Hold on, wait. I'm sorry. Marvel Girl?
Marvel. And Marvel is a totally different character. Don't even worry about Marvel. Don't even.
but they said Marvel was the name of the Captain Marvel who gets mentioned regularly.
Sorry. Captain Marvel is Captain Marvel at the time. It's so confusing. It's so confusing.
It's also adapted but gender swapped in the movie Captain Marvel.
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
This is a fun character.
God. I think my brain's broken, guys.
Yeah, it's so confusing. It's so confusing. So
what was the question? I watched Captain Marvel.
Yes, so have I.
I haven't.
Also, more people should watch Ms. Marvel and The Marvels because Kamala Khan is perfect.
I really want to.
Vellani. We have scarcely seen a better MCU casting of a character than Iman Vellani as Kamala Khan, in my opinion. But Jessica goes to see Carol Danvers, because it's been a hot minute for them. And
this is where we really find out. Oh no, they left on some disastrous terms.
Yeah.
I really do like that. Again, we don't always get Bendis is really good at making the reader know the situation without outright telling them.
Yeah, he doesn't spell everything out. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I do have a question. Does anyone know who Quartermain is? Carol says when Jessica goes like, I'm in a lot of trouble, and she goes asking for help, and Carol's like, why don't you call Quartermain? And then there's a of them looking at each other, and I was like, I don't know who that is, but maybe other people do.
Quick Google search.
And then
different secret agent character from Marvel, affiliated with S.H.I.E.L.D.
I do not know who that is, actually.
Fair.
This is I think, here's the thing. I think Brian Michael Bendis loves comics.
This is true. This is a fact. Jacob, I've told you already. He is the Jeff Johns of Marvel. He is. Yeah.
Tell me this guy likes comics.
He loves
and is going to pull some crazy names out. Yeah.
So,
But yeah,
part
of it is again the layout of the page of the panels really just tells you that like they don't like each other at this point.
Mm-hmm. Once again, it's that those great layouts with all that blank space there on the page, just like left there to just make it feel more awkward to read. Like it does so much to just give off the tone of a scene, and then the panels begin taking up all the page again when Carol, is like okay, I'm overreacting. She helps her out, gets her this phone number, to talk to. I'm forgetting who to talk to now.
Trying to figure out basically it's this phone number that. It's about whoever hired her, and she calls the number. It's like the area code is 202, and the question is like, where the fuck is 202?
Mm-hmm.
And she calls the number, and it's Keaton for president. How can I direct your call? It's like the Democratic committee to elect this guy for president. I'm guessing what is a parody of the ongoing election, or
I guess that would have been ongoing.
No, the election that would have just
ended. Yeah.
I think Brian Michael Bendis doesn't like what happened to Al Gore in the election of the year 2000.
And so we get like I love this scene where we get like Jessica watching like this smear campaign ad against.
So that is actually the start of the next issue. The end.
Oh, it is
of issue 3.
See, fuck, damn it, fuck everything.
Okay, Joey, it's okay. That's the first time you've done that. You've gotten it corrected both other times so far.
This is so fucked up though. Look at this. This is the end of issue 3, and this is the opening of issue 4. There's nothing in between. There's nothing here.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Also, issue 4? So the picture that I have is it's a bunch of Polaroids with like what looks like a real woman's face on it.
Yes.
Who is that? I'm so curious as to who that is.
I don't know. I'm sure there's an answer out there somewhere.
Oh yeah, I'll look into it later. I'm just curious because like I think it's interesting like how early on we have like what is a real life visual description of like Jessica Jones.
We also haven't really talked about the covers, mostly because I'm not looking at them, so I'm not actively thinking about them. But I do love the covers. They're all by Lee Mack, who is a great artist, co-creator of pretty much I think sole creator pretty much because he wrote and drew that story of the character Echo for Marvel. A great artist who I love. But yes, Spear campaign, the presidential ad campaign. We're looking into this Keaton guy who has who's running on this whole idea of the current president is only looking out for superheroes and is ignoring the real people of America. And I'm here
with the superheroes being an obvious stand-in for billionaires and the elite. And
Jacob, are you implying right now that comics are political?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, they are. I mean, he is shaking hands with somebody who lives in a building named after himself. So,
God, he is. He is.
Like, I mean, it is kind of a very valid comparison. I completely agree with Jacob on this one. That's completely accurate. Yeah.
Anyway, so Jessica's looking into this, finding out that, of course, she was set up by a presidential campaign. Crazy. I
love Jessica, that. That's so wild.
Right?
It's fucking insane. I love
it. Jessica gets drunk at this bar, is kicked out by this guy because he finds out.
She's especially pissed because she feels dumb for not putting it together sooner. And there's so many interesting things because she doesn't actually know where to go from here.
Yeah. He accidentally shatters a glass, and he's like, you're a mutant or something.
Yeah, you're one of them superhero freaks, and kicks her out of the bar. I love also this transition into like going outside, and it's the thing you mentioned before, Rachel, of all the backgrounds of the panels being black, and then like as she walks outside, doesn't realize that it's daytime, and all the backgrounds are white. Then so it's really well done.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. But she goes to this this campaign office for Keaton for president, finds the woman there that hired her for this job. Who once again we just get that great like just that dead-eyed stare from her before
And the incredible eyebrow raise panel of
yes, it's so good. So good. This woman runs away. Jessica hunts her down, chases after her.
Does the most superhero ass shit we've seen from her so far, like jumping down in front of her from a building.
Yeah.
The image with the eyebrow, is that the one that I screenshotted and sent in the
It is.
in
The one
the
that you
chat?
said.
Okay, I love that one. It's so good. It makes me so happy. I fucking love that one. Seriously, there are so many pictures of Jessica Jones, or like so many drawings of Jessica Jones's face in this, and I think they all do such a wonderful job adding to what the emotion of the scene is and like what she's doing. Like genuinely, the art and the writing, they do such a good job complementing each other with this story.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Well, at the same time, she's not a particularly expressive person. You still get
it's through that's true. It's through those little like changes in her face, little like twitches, like the eyebrow raise that tell you a lot about her. It's cool. Yeah, she chases down this woman. You're absolutely right, like the whole like hunting her down, the superhero landing in front of her. It's almost like Jessica like reverts to that in this moment, which I like. It's a very subtle touch.
She's trying to, as this woman's trying to call her lawyer, and then just faints. Like,
so Jessica goes to this lawyer, Lawson, Daviato, and Silver. Going to this law office, talking to this lawyer about this case. We have this great little like standoff between them, and Jessica is just. Jessica thinks that she has like the upper hand here, but like we realize like as a reader, I think like as this gets like deeper and deeper, and it's Jessica goes to like further and further lengths to track down what is actually happening here. Like how deep in this she actually is. Like after she leaves this meeting with this lawyer, first off she's talking to Matt Murdock on the phone before she is attacked in her car by someone hired by presumably this presidential campaign. Like it is
immediately after Matt Murdock informs her that they're like, hey, we found a lot of people with bruises on their neck who are strangled. Like that's how this happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's some sort of an assassin, and then Jessica is attacked, and in the last page is going to be strangled, and that is our cliffhanger for issue 4.
Thank you so much for leading me into that description of that cliffhanger. You're so good to me, Jacob. Issue number 5. Issue number 5. Our final issue of the first arc.
I will say, it's such a shame. So when trying to read this, for whatever reason, I get through the first 4 issues. Fine, great, wonderful, having a good time.
Of all the things to stop at, this cliffhanger? Are you fucking kidding me, Jacob?
Well, here's the thing. I read it I read issue 4 on its own, but it was late at night, and I'm like, oh, I'll do issue 5 tomorrow. And then I just kept getting busy for days on end. So, like, oh god, Jessica's being, throttled.
you put the book down. You're like, you put the book down, and you think for days on end. You're like, oh god, she could be dead right now.
I mean, let's be honest. It's possible they could kill her off. They could have killed her off.
Yes,
absolutely. I actually got a lot of Snapchats from Jacob that day saying, "Hey man, I'm really stressed out right now. I'm not sure what to do." Like,
there was this cliffhanger.
Like, hey,
man, you have no idea.
It's like, hey man, what's going on? He's like, oh no, you wouldn't understand. So like, it's.
Was this before or after our double feature on Halloween, Jacob? That you stopped at issue 4.
Had to be after.
I'm guessing it had to be after, right?
Yeah, no, it had to be because remember we recorded X-Men?
Yeah. Wait, what? The day after. You're absolutely right. Yes. You're correct.
Yeah, it had to be after. I didn't get the book until that Monday because.
Yeah.
It's time because we're recording this kind of early because we wanted to accommodate both our guests.
Yeah. Both of our wonderful guests who we love so very, very much.
We love so very, very much.
Thanks, guys. I love you too.
Yeah, so this character is Man Mountain Marco.
Oh, I love it. What a great name. Mason, you sounded so distressed by that.
I forgot that that's what it was. I didn't process that. Okay. I'm sorry. Go on, Jacob.
This is a Spider-Man villain.
Oh my god.
Wait, excuse me. Wait, hold on a second.
From like the 60s.
The System of the Living Dead's gonna kill me. I hyperfixate on Spider-Man. I had no fucking clue. That was elsewhere in my head. Oh my gosh.
Oh, don't worry. There are so many. So you knew a Mad Mountain Marco before this, Mason?
No, I didn't. I had no idea. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, I don't think anyone,
I'm so sorry.
I don't think anyone
I'll do better next time.
I don't think anyone would fault you for forgetting Mad Mountain Marco. It's a bad last name for a Spider-Man villain to have because it's the same last name of another Spider-Man villain. Are they related? I don't know if they're related. They might be.
Huh?
Wait, I didn't look too much into it. Okay.
Is this guy related to the Sandman? To the Sandman? Can't speak today.
How's the Sandman's last name spelled? Is that with a K or a C?
With a K.
Same way.
Then they could be related.
They could be. Flip Marco. Could be.
Man. But yeah, so they start like beating the shit out of each other.
Jessica just does the thing of slamming her hands into the guy's ears, which will, rupture the eardrums.
I mean, yeah.
I think the implication is that this guy came in here like not knowing that she had superpowers. So
yeah, punches him in the dick.
Beats the piss out of him then, and and then it's time for our sort of final confrontation here, where Jessica goes to a golf course. Ends up talking to this guy that is sort of like the man behind this whole setup of Jessica Jones to set her up to go after this woman to find Captain America and his secret identity. And now it is the question of where do we go from here? Sure, she's figured everything out, but what can we actually do? I mean, the tape of Captain America's true identity has to be worth a lot, right? I mean, it is. There is this interesting idea of like, this being the end of the first arc of Alias and not really truly knowing Jessica yet as a character, like this could go in a lot of different directions, but there is always this implication with the way that Bendis writes Jessica that like there is something still genuinely good and superhero-like in her deep down. That I think is always the implication of Bendis's writing.
I think the idea is that she's a good person. I think she's a good person. What I think is also interesting is, in any other story, this would be the like first opening act of our like big bad. Our big bad would be this Zumas guy. And spoilers, Shield just comes in and kills him. Like,
yeah.
They had been bugging Jessica, and so Shield just comes in and kills him dead. And I find that I find that intentional dissatisfaction really narratively satisfying.
Same. It's weird, sense. Right?
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, I agree. It's.
I love it. It's so like after everything in this story, it's nice to just see one villain have a cartoonish downfall. Like one dick just have the most insane, all guns blazing, just death. Like after the interrogator, the fucking cops from the beginning, it's nice to see one person just get everything done to them.
And it looks like Brian Michael Bendis is aware, is totally aware that, I don't know, somehow the billionaires can get away with murder and some other shit.
Do tell, Jacob.
Yeah, well.
Mason's face.
Sorry for everyone at home. I think I mentioned this before, but I do have a mic. So while Jacob was doing that, I just very, very ominously put my mouth really close to the mic because before we were recording, I was annoying everybody by doing ASMR. So I was just trying to make everyone scared.
You could annoy the listeners right now if you want to do some ASMR again.
Let's not do that. Let's stay on track.
I'll encourage this.
Because my point is that this billionaire thinks he's doing things out of patriotism.
Because why, Jacob? Because why?
Oh, no. Mm-mm. Doing things that
Mason keeps threateningly getting close to his mic.
and this guy is just he is basically like he has the current president in his back pocket
Mhm.
and this Democratic candidate for president in his back pocket.
Yeah.
And he's
Which is go ahead,
specifically
Rachel.
sorry, he's specifically like annoyed that the current president hasn't hasn't made good on promises that he apparently made to Zumas or other billionaires like him, and is like, yeah, so we're gonna replace him, so we want Captain America to take a fall, be exposed, and then because he's so connected to the current president in the public eye.
Part of the anger is also very much that like Captain America isn't the government dog that they want him to be, which is of course especially funny because I think like one of the more recent Captain America runs is the Liefeld run, where that kind of was the case.
Yeah. Also,
Like-
Bendis totally named this guy Dumas because it sounds like dumbass, right? I'm assuming, like,
I mean, yeah, honestly, probably. I didn't
it's
process
Zumas
that.
with a Z, so like
oh,
yes.
is it Zumas? Oh shit! Sorry, I thought it was. I misremembered. You are correct.
I like that I like that his plan isn't like. It wasn't even really about Jessica Jones, but his plan for her was literally just like, yeah, I'll just put her in a position where she will find this information and then sell it or give it up. But I just think that's an interesting little thing to have.
Yeah.
Also, I like the line about him giving himself anal fissures and that he decides to talk about that.
Yes.
That's, I think, the most Preacher thing in this book.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely, 100%. But yeah, when this guy's killed by Shield, like there is this sense of like Jessica not having closure towards the end of this scene, which is why I think the last scene of this issue does exist. We have Jessica at home. She gets a knock on the door. Steve Rogers shows up. He's like, "Hi, I'm Steve Rogers. Can I come in?" And there's just like this really awkward standoff between them. And Steve was like, "I believe you have something of mine." And just like, "Oh, yeah, totally." She just like goes and gets the tape of him being Captain America. And like, there's like, it almost seems like the scene will end there. But like, she stops him to just like ask him like, "Hey, could we just talk about this? Like, talk about this girl. Talk about like what happened." And we learn that like Steve is like aware of like Jessica's past as Jewel, and like offers up this piece of like kind of just hopeful advice to be like, "Hey, like, I think you'd be good at it still. I think there's a place for you here still." I just like that. I just love that idea. I love that ending. I love this scene. It's probably the best scene of the first arc in my opinion.
It's really,
but it's only as good as it is because it's earned by all the shit that Jessica has been through throughout this.
Yeah, I think out of everything I've read, I mean, obviously for the podcast, it's the best I've seen Captain America on print. Like, it's such an interesting way.
Your other example is Civil War. So.
Exactly. Yeah. So
like written by Mark Millar, where Captain America is like, Mark Millar tried to both sides something that can't really be both sides did in the way that it's presented.
Yeah. But like, I mean, there was a question earlier about I forget who said it, but it was about like the difference between like large scale large scale Marvel stories versus like the smaller scale of this. And like what I love so much about this scene is that it takes somebody who is designed by nature to be a hero in the big like epic adventures and puts him in a situation of like, hey, you kind of have an embarrassing tape of me. And it just like he keeps the niceties, he keeps the optimism. Like, It's him. It is Captain America dealing with this. And it's such I just love the scene. I like it.
It is just asking, like, what if Captain America was a real person? What if these people like just acted like real fucking people? And that's what I love so much about Alias in general. But that does end issue 5. It actually ends with her giving Carol a call. And it takes us into issue 6.
Issue 6. Which,
but if we're asking the question of like, what if superheroes were real people? What if they acted like real people? Well, what if superheroes' sidekicks were real people? Let's tell a story about Rick Jones, because my God, Rick fucking Jones.
I was really confused at first with this one, but like,
yeah. So actually, this is an important question for those that aren't Jacob here. Did you guys know who Rick Jones was?
No. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
This is amazing. Wait, no, Mason, you've read Rick Jones before.
Wait.
He was in World War Hulk. He was in World War Hulk. Yeah, he's the guy that gets. He's the human. He's the guy that tries. He's like the last ditch effort to try to get Bruce to calm down.
Calm down. Yeah.
Wait. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Rick Jones.
Okay.
Yeah.
That Rick Jones.
That felt like. Didn't that character just kind of come out of nowhere though?
Kind of, but only because Rick Jones is so important to the history of the Hulk.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess it completely just slipped me, but yeah, sorry.
Rachel, did you have any history with Rick Jones, or did you know who he was?
I have not read any comics with Rick Jones, but I did know who he was, because I have had many conversations with the System of the Living Dead about Hulk comics, and that includes learning a lot about Rick Jones. And I was
well aware exciting incident of the Hulk comics.
So I was well aware of both his like who he was to the Hulk and also his general vibe, which definitely really helped.
I'm sure. Cool. Well, let's start talking about the second arc of Alias here, volume 1, with issue number 6, opening on our lunch with Carol Danvers. Just getting Carol at lunch together. And it's just nice. I love this scene. I love Bendis writing these two characters catching up after a while. There are some fun
specifically as friends. Like
it's not. There's no tension here.
I seriously can't get over how like the dialogue is so damn good in this story. I just love how, because like I will say at first I think the dialogue bubbles as they were structured was a bit like cluttered for me, but like as I started to get into the story and like I guess the rhythm of it started to click more, and it felt so natural. Like I just love the writing in this, and like like this scene between them two, it just feels like a real conversation. Like I think everything I've said can just be summed up with it feels real, but like it's just so interesting to hear these like this side of what being a superhero would be like.
Yeah, totally. I agree. Even right down to things that like they get talking about dating and like and who they're all with, and like Carol learns of Jessica's fling with Luke.
Through a grapevine.
There's a grapevine.
There's always a grapevine.
It's good. It's very sappy. It's good dialogue. It's just it feels actually real, and it's nice. Character talking to real people. My God, imagine.
Luke Cage is apparently a cape chaser.
I love that. I love that nickname for that. Like, I mean, I guess it would be a thing. Yeah. He's a cape chaser. I'm
gonna be really vulnerable for a second, and this is the most autistic I will ever sound on this podcast. Could someone please explain to me what cape chaser means?
Cape chaser in this case would be a man that only goes after women that have superpowers.
Yes,
got it. Okay, thank you.
So a chaser is someone who romantically chases a specific group of people.
Yeah. In this case, cape.
Right. Okay. Got it.
Superpowered person. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Immediately picked up on it, being very familiar with the concept of chaser mostly as men who only go after trans women.
That's where I first heard the term.
All right, gotcha. All right. But through that, we also start talking about Scott Lang, who first off is a character we've never properly talked about on the podcast, but I'm sure, of course, many of you are familiar with Scott Lang, because he's the Ant-Man of the MCU. But Scott Lang is Carol's trying to set Jessica up with Scott Lang. And I love this dialogue leading up to it. Here we go, perfect. Right in the money, Scott Lang. Where do I know that name? He's such a cutie pie. Where do I know that name? He's got a great job. Where do I know that name? He's single. Where do I know that name? He's Ant-Man.
He's Ant-Man.
It's so good.
It's I could just sit here just like, where do I know that name? Where do I know that name? Where do I know that name? Like just kids like keep building. Like,
yes.
You're not listening. Where do I know the name?
My favorite part of the conversation is near the end when she's just like, wait, there's more than one Ant-Man now.
Yes. Oh my god, it's so much fun. So Carol tries to set her up with Scott Lang. And Carol has to leave the lunch date then because she's on Avengers business, and then Jessica is left alone, and Jessica goes back home. So this for me, I think, is probably the aspect of this first volume that has aged the worst. Probably, it's
Here's the interesting thing. I find it the most interesting thing about this arc. This little background story.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. It's not a bad story. I just think there's a certain way that it's talked about within the story that feels like it has a certain stigma about it. That doesn't feel quite right to me. Otherwise, like it's not a bad plot line in and of itself.
So
I think
Jessica has been hired by this woman who is convinced her husband is gay and has been going on online chat rooms, cruising in online chat rooms to pick up men.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's interesting. Like the way that this story, I think, because it's, I'll say, just like the scenes where this is a thing that is like, first and foremost, what I appreciate about the executions is that the scenes are quiet and the scenes do not end in anger.
Yeah, that's true. And I think this will all lead to the final scene of the story, which I think is
yes, for sure.
Scenes of the entire story. It's a great fucking scene.
It is. So this is 2001.
A Space Odyssey.
I think.
Sorry, I stole Rachel's joke.
No, wait. I think this one's the year.
Actually, this might be 2002. Actually,
maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because we started in September.
02 then, yeah.
Yeah, because we started in September. Explicit queer characters in comics are still a rarity. Like,
yeah.
And a lot of times they're a joke. They are a little less of a rarity in a book like this that is as part of a separate for adults line, which that's a whole other can of worms. Putting just queer characters in general in a you have to be in the book meant for adults.
Yeah.
However, I mean, Bendis isn't cruel with this at all.
Yeah.
He's not.
This is actually not at all one of the things that I thought of when it was like, oh, are there things that have aged poorly?
Yeah, I mean, this is.
That wasn't even what I was thinking either.
Are we thinking of we're in spoilers. Are we talking about the crazy wife thing?
I was more so talking about the 17-year-old boy that like walks up and is like,
oh really? Oh, that's interesting. Wait, I see what you mean about that scene. Yeah,
the character with like the green sunglasses.
Yeah,
Malcolm.
That was the. I mean, yeah, we'll get there, but that specifically is what I was talking about. Or sorry, what I guess he was talking about.
Malcolm has no point, and that is his point.
Fair enough.
So we have in the scene here where Jessica is talking to this guy, trying to get him, trying to like meet up with him, but like sort of like leading him on eventually to catch him eventually.
I'll say what's really, really interesting is the way it's described by recounted by Jessica as what the wife's perspective on all this is. It's this. It reads like an understanding of sort of this conservative lie. It's like, mind that has these tendencies. I'm just annoyed that he left his computer open. In a lot of
Don't
ways, it
ask me
reads
to
like
tell.
this is going to be such a weird pull. There's a movie called Fireproof. It is a shit movie. Don't watch it. It's a piece of pro-Christian propaganda.
Never seen it.
I'm sold.
Some of us went to Catholic high schools.
Tell me more about this, Jacob.
It's this
Go on.
Kirk Cameron is married and has a porn addiction on his family computer that is out in the open for kids to
Oh,
see.
wait. The second you said it was called Fireproof and you said Kirk Cameron, I think I've seen this, like, the DVD of this at, like, dollar stores.
Here's the thing.
before.
They
I
also
think I've
just
seen
cannot.
Cameron.
Jesus, sorry.
They also do this whole thing where they can't even just say he's watching pornography. I mean, just fucking call it porn.
Yeah.
Stop skirting around it. His dirty secret.
That movie was around and publicized in areas of my life. I could not have told you what it was about other than that it was a Christian movie. And I think I gathered that the guy
God's love. He's a firefighter and he gets addicted to internet porn because they bring a computer into their home.
It's very funny to me that I didn't pick up on that it was about porn. I just knew that it was a Christian movie and that he was a firefighter.
I would never assume based on that title alone that was about porn. But I mean, all right, cool.
It's about porn by people who I hate to say it. I don't think you've ever seen anyone
I've
other than
never
themselves naked.
Yeah.
No, I don't even think they've seen anyone other than themselves naked.
That would also fall under the umbrella of has never watched porn. But. Yeah. So we have Jessica looking into this. Jessica leaves her bathroom then, and yeah, let's talk about Malcolm.
Oh my god,
This is Malcolm, my boy. I love him. Or sorry, I don't love the comic version of Malcolm. Gotta be real. I love the TV version of Malcolm.
The TV version of Malcolm is so goddamn compelling.
Perfect. I love him so much. Played with a wonderful Ika Darvel. But no, Malcolm here.
But here's the thing: I didn't call him Malcolm until I think the last issue. I'm like, random teacher. Who the fuck is this guy? Like, what the?
He does all the shit that Malcolm does in the show, Jacob. You should know this.
No, but it doesn't feel the same when it's like seedy teenage white boy.
They did age up Malcolm for the show. So
yeah, no, it doesn't. Here's the thing: it doesn't feel the same when it is seedy teenage white boy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Whereas TV Malcolm is like mid-20s black stoner. Like he's great. I love him.
Oh, I love that. I already like that more than this one. I'll be honest.
It's a much better vibe. It's
I like that as a conceit. It's fun.
The vibe is somehow like endearing. Where this is just what the fuck are you? Why are you answering my phone?
Yeah. This guy just seems like like kind of a stalker with no sense of boundaries.
Yeah, kind of.
I immediately got like Syndrome from The Incredibles vibes.
Oh God, you're right.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not wrong. This guy Malcolm here is he just kind of barges into Jessica's apartment, begins answering the phone for her. He's like he's a fan, and Jessica kicks him out. And then there's a weird fucking line towards the end of the scene where Jessica goes like, "How old are you?" And he's like 17, and then she kicks him out. That's a little weird. That's a little weird. But yeah, she kicks him out.
Okay, because some of it is some of the dialogue is like he is aggressively flirting with her, and she's just like, "What the? How old are you?" I read Jessica as being like, "This is a child. Why is there a child in my apartment answering my goddamn phone?"
Yeah. It's a short while later, there's a knock on her door. She thinks it's Malcolm again, so she starts yelling at a potential client. But this potential client is in fact is a woman named Jane Jones, and she is here because her husband Rick Jones is missing, and she says that Jessica and Rick are related. And I'm assuming that's the end of the issue, right? That's the end of the issue. That's very much the end of an issue moment. And so we get our little Jane briefing Jessica like what's going on, what's up with Rick. Jessica, we learn, does not know anything about Rick Jones, doesn't know who Rick Jones is, doesn't believe there's a relative named Rick Jones. But Jane is convinced, that Rick always spoke very highly of her, and that if there was any problems that she would know who to go to. And so, Rick being missing, Jessica takes on the case to look for him. And so we begin looking into these things. Jessica calls her mom about this. I love the writing of this one-sided conversation between her and her mom. I'll just read it. It's Mom, hi. Yeah, yes. What? Of course. No, I'm okay. Listen, can I ask you a weird question? Do we have any relatives, anybody named Rick? Rick Jones. I know Jones is a fairly common name. That's probably why I never asked you if I was related to Indiana Jones. No, I'm not being smart with you. I'm not. I'm asking you if. Wait, answer my question. Okay, how about Dick? Richard? Anything Rick-ish? No? Are you sure? Yes, I know. No, I'm not calling you a liar. I'm asking you for sure. And it goes on for a little while longer after that. But I just love
conversations I have had with my mother. Like
I've heard you on the phone with your mother. That's what it sounds like.
Like legitimately.
Yeah.
That's what so is not related to Rick Jones. She begins looking into this Rick Jones because Rick Jones has written an autobiography called Sidekick about his life involved with superheroes. So throughout the remaining issues, we have excerpts of this book's Sidekick. The first of which we get is about Captain America and his time as the replacement for Bucky Barnes, or really as the comics would tell you at the time, just straight up Bucky Barnes. He's training to be Bucky Barnes. It's really fucking weird. Comics are weird. Comics are so fucking weird. There are like 5 different Bucky Barneses. There are
which is such a wild fucking. I know we've had this conversation.
Like, there's no superhero name for Bucky Barnes. Bucky Barnes is just Bucky Barnes, the sidekick to Captain America, and multiple people can take on the name Bucky Barnes. If you can, Robin or Batman, like it's so
funny. I didn't realize that title was like regiftable.
Yeah, interesting. You could pass down the name.
You
Bucky
could pass
Barnes,
it on.
Yeah.
I also did not know this.
If anybody in the comments wants to be the next Mason, just let me know.
I mean, according to the lore of this podcast, there are multiple GD 256s. So
no, there are multiple GDs.
And maybe
there are 255 others.
That's true. Yes. Well, no, we are aware of a potential future GD 257, right?
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry, I
do remember that.
I need to compile all the GD lore.
Yeah. Wait. Okay. Hi, everyone.
Mason has like a lore document that he's keeping this bullshitting.
Completely unrelated. Anybody in the comments, it'd be totally crazy if you like went back through the podcast and made like a compilation of like the ARG elements. I'm joking. I swear to God, you're fine. I can do it.
Okay. I do want to comment.
No, I don't have a lore document.
I do want to comment. I love. So Bill Sienkiewicz is a fantastic artist. He's the one doing.
Yeah.
He is doing the art on the inserts for like these sidekick pages.
Those look great.
They are all amazing.
They're fantastic.
Everyone should read Daredevil Love and War, if for nothing else, just for that man's art, because I
was going to say, like,
love his art in that story.
However, you don't need to read the other thing we've read by Bill Syke is that those art by him for the podcast.
Don't worry.
I'm going to read it.
Well, no, he did an issue. We have also covered his issue of Last Halloween. He did an issue of Last Halloween. That was really
yes, good. He did.
Yes. As Jessica is reading this book, she is stopped by a woman that claims to have powers. That she has powers that she can tell people that have powers. She can sense them. And this guy comes up to stop her from talking to Jessica, and we get this whole conversation about Rick Jones, because she's reading this book about Rick Jones, and Rick Jones apparently just lives nearby, plays music at a nearby bar, and it's just a guy. He's just around here. These guys know Rick Jones, and I love the way that Bendis writes Jessica being like, "Wait, you know Rick Jones? You just know him? He's just here? Like he's not missing. He's not like hiding anywhere. Like he's just here.
Like what the hell is going on?"
And it's another thing that I think plays into the idea of like having a one interconnected universe. Like occasionally, like there's enough people in this world where like you're probably gonna run into someone eventually that's gonna know somebody.
Yeah. I especially love the panel of her like holding up the autobiography and being like, Rick Jones, this guy, he plays down here. This Rick Jones. Like, very funny. And then of course I love the ending of the scene when she's like, well, do you have powers? And Jessica's like, yes. And so she gets this whole
I like
fist
that.
pumpy moment.
I love it. That's so good.
Then go to find Rick Jones at this nearby place called Ultimate.
Oh my god! There's a poster that says Dazzler here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. Oh, sorry. No, sorry. Sometimes I get confused with things that we talk about on the extra segment and on the main episode, but this was on the main episode, so never mind.
Yes.
Yeah. We get another segment from Sidekick then, talking about the Hulk. One of the great Bill Sienkiewicz piece of the Hulk, and comment on the origins of the Hulk and how Rick Jones was essentially responsible for that, and how Bruce never sort of blamed him for that. It's good. But we're at this bar where we're here to find Rick Jones, who is playing songs up on the stage, and he's just here. Rick Jones is just here. So Jessica follows him outside after his set. He attacks her, and I'm assuming this is the cliffhanger. This is the cliffhanger, right?
It's a cliffhanger. Like,
yes, I did it again. Fuck yeah! Oh yeah, go me.
Yeah.
So we find Rick Jones, and he says, "Who sent you here to fuck up my life again?" We open the next issue 8. Yes, issue 8. With another segment from Sidekick.
Marvel, the original Captain Marvel, who is dead. And
I can't do it.
Can't do it.
Don't worry, we won't get into the whole Marvel conversation again. It's
okay.
fine.
Okay, thank you, Joey.
So
you have my permission to not talk about Marvel again.
Thank you. Sorry,
you were saved, my child.
Yeah. So Rick Jones is able to be talked down. That no. I know your wife. Your wife, Mrs. E's like, oh, I can't go back to her. Everything. The scrolls are after me. And it's like, your wife said we were related. It's like, oh, what are we? No, I don't think we're related. No, nothing is adding up. Like, everything is just not. Nothing's adding up. Everything is weird, and it's like Rick comes to the conclusion, oh, we must be related because your last name is Jones, which is just. You get the sense that this is someone who is out of their mind.
Yes. So yeah, Jessica and Rick go off to go off. They begin walking together. We get another small segment from Sidekick, where we see essentially it's just here to establish more of what's actually in the book, and Rick's obsession with winning, being the guy that solved the conflict of the Kree Skrull War. But as Jessica and Rick are walking together, Rick eventually just stops, looks at the book, and makes a run for it. Just tries to run away from Jessica. And so Rick is not okay, or at least the guy look. Let's start talking about this now, because the guy we think is Rick is not actually Rick, and it starts to become apparent because Rick's story isn't adding up.
Nothing's adding up. So it's like they go to the Baxter Building to try to talk to the Fantastic Four, and they get nowhere because Reed Richards, I guess, has a robot receptionist lady.
Yeah, she's creepy. Common Reed Richards shit.
Yeah.
How did my tier maker keep Reed Richards out of F tier?
Because despite everything, he's a compelling character.
This is probably true. He's the worst, but I am compelled. Compels me though.
I did not pick up on him not being Rick Jones.
Oh really? Oh, that's interesting. Interesting. And maybe also for me right now, it's the whole this is a reread for me. So I don't know. How about for Jason and Joey?
I picked up on it, but I think that might be because I was more from I had actually read something with Rick Jones in it.
Yeah, because I didn't realize that the character from World War Hulk was the same as this one. So for me, it was okay, something weird's going on, and then the Los Angeles thing happened, which will happen later on. But I was like, okay, so wait, this one wouldn't be the real one, and then the thing that happens at the end happened, and then it's like, so I don't think this one's real, but that was just more so like over the course of the next 2 issues.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the weird thing: issue 8 just kind of ends with like Rick grabbing the book and running off, and like that's just the ending of the issue. Like,
oh, is that it? Is that the actual end of the issue? Shit,
that is the ending of it. That was a weird
that's
one.
It is.
It's a very weird one.
The impression that I had of him was mostly just that, like, he was very stressed by all this stuff and not doing well. Like,
yeah, like part of the question is like, is he supposed to be on drugs? Question mark. Like,
the result of this, of like where it's actually coming from, is quite funny, but it is meant to be like a joke reveal that we're going to get in the next issue here as we go into our final issue for today, Alias number 9. Jessica tries calling Avengers Mansion again, leaves a message about what's happening with Rick and Rick's wife, and she goes back to her apartment, continues actually properly sets up a meeting with the gay husband, falls asleep at her desk, and wakes up to Malcolm once again in her apartment taking calls for her.
makes me ask, Jessica, do you not lock your door? Do you not lock your goddamn door?
I doubt Jessica Jones locks her door.
This feels like a B plot in like a House episode. Like, does that make sense?
No, I get
like,
that.
I don't know why.
I mean, to be fair,
but I feel like something like this has happened in that show.
There's a better explanation for this in the show, because throughout the show, after she breaks the window at the beginning of the show, there's just some cardboard there throughout on the door in the window throughout the rest of the season.
That's funny.
So like anyone could really just reach in and unlock the door, but that's not here in the comics. So like it's. I mean, I don't know. I doubt Jessica locked her door. She probably just crashes drunk here most of the time. But yeah, Malcolm's here. I love the way, so Avengers Mansion is calling back, and I love the way he is talking to Jarvis here on the other end. He picks up the phone and is like, "Alias investigations. What? Oh yeah, she's here. In what regards is this phone call of? What does that mean? Yo, man, I heard you." And then I asked, in what regards is this phone call about? As in, why are you calling, motherfucker? Sensitive matter. Well, what in the fuck kind of name is Jarvis?
My name is Jarvis.
That's so funny.
He's so good. Jessica, of course, kicks him out and talks to Jarvis, who has the funniest explanation and resolution to this entire plot line that you could possibly ask for, which is just Jarvis saying like, no, Rick Jones isn't in town. We're aware of that guy. He just likes to call himself Rick Jones. He just calls himself Rick Jones, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
The one other thing I do have to say about this is knowing like that, like that explanation tracks, but also like knowing a little bit about the Skrulls, I feel like there is entirely a little bit of possibility that there could be something else going on, and that
I think,
that's kind of where I'm thinking too.
I think that's almost like the implication though of this being like, oh yeah, it not the real Rick Jones. Oh well, then it's got to be like a Skrull thing. It's got to be some big Marvel Universe thing, right? But no, I think this is kind of what the whole book has been doing up to this point, which is the whole like, what if everything isn't some massive universe-ending event, and what if some guy just thinks he's Rick Jones?
Yeah.
You know what? That's fair. That is fair.
I will say, but then Bendis just doesn't know how to wrap that plot point up.
Yeah. There is. They try to do a big explanation of it in the next scene, but like, it's more wrapping up the other plot line that's been running in the background of this arc.
So the oddly enough more compelling plot line by the end, like
yeah.
Also, Malcolm asks for a job.
I love it. He's like, "Can I have a job? I need a job." She's like, "Can you just fuck off already?"
It's just honestly, it's a really perfect like balance of persistence, but not like to the point of being annoying. because I just genuinely think it's funny whenever it happens. Just like, can you fuck off? I'd like a job, please. Like, it just loops around to being funny again.
Yeah,
I did not feel like that. I was just like, ooh, this guy is like kind of terrifying. How much he keeps just going into her place and not like. I was just like, this guy sucks. I need him gone.
Absolutely fair. Like it was like because I think by this point, like what the fuck kind of name is Jarvis? I feel like my head kind of was like, okay, so they're not like. I would be surprised if this was the character that was like going to be a horrifying villain, like in the next. And who knows, maybe that will happen. So like by then, I kind of like shifted the tone of it. Maybe I don't know. That was just mine.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking it was going to be a horrifying villain. It just like it's creepy that there's a guy breaking into her like place repeatedly.
It's fair. It's weird. It is weird. It's not a normal thing to do.
No, it is not. It is not. We get a scene then when Jessica catches up with she finds Rick who has gone back to, sorry, Rick, quote unquote Rick, has gone back to Jane, his wife. We get Jessica just like witnesses the insanity of this guy that thinks he's Rick Jones and is and lives this secret superhero life, and he's like not in front of the civilians, you know. She's like, yeah, sure, whatever, and like fucking just goes away.
He seems like he's honestly having like he's not like at that point he's not doing too bad. Like he's having a fine as much as he can. Like it seems like doing okay there.
So Jessica goes to this diner then, and meets up with this guy here, who says he is a psychotherapist. What's up?
I said it's a Starbucks, actually.
Oh, is it? Wait,
yeah, it's a Starbucks. It's a Starbucks.
Do they say that?
They say it earlier that they're going to meet up at a Starbucks.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, because like just because like man, what a milk toast ass place to meet up, like.
But yeah, he guy says he's a psychotherapist. Jessica asks him, you know, what would cause someone to do something like this? Like, what would cause him, this guy, to think that he's someone else? And we get this really long, sort of like flowery sort of explanation of like, oh, it could be this, and this, and this. The scene goes on for a long time, and
it's to say like people just want excitement, which I love to say. Like people just want excitement. They want to know famous people.
But on the excitement line of reasoning, you know, we put together as a reader, of course, that this is the guy that Jessica is here to meet. This is the gay husband. And Jessica just leaves him with this note of just like, you know, go home to your wife, come out of the closet. She loves you and you're hurting her. She deserves better than what you're doing to her. And there's this look of just understanding between them. He runs away.
Yeah.
And
it's, yeah. Like, I mean, like it would just like what I said earlier, just like, it's not like the scene isn't loud. It's not like I think a bad trope execution would be like to like very outwardly be like, go home to your wife, but like no, it's very quiet. It's
be a fucking straight for me. Go home and be straight. Be straight.
What are you, homosexual? Like you fucking queer. But like, but and then just with his reaction, there's no malice towards her. Like there's fear, like rightfully so, but it's that like the situation has to be resolved, but he's not angry at her over it like everybody else is throughout the story. It's just, it's understated and it's quiet, and I appreciate that. I like the execution of it.
Yeah. And then Jessica reflects. We get this great sort of flashback to her and fake Rick talking. Things that just like the implication being that, like, to me at least, that like Jessica's reflecting on things that made her that she could have like seen it coming from him, like could have understood ahead of time like what happened, or like that he wasn't the real Rick.
Yeah, I think because I think that ending scene is because up to that point I was like, wait, is he maybe the real Rick and the Los Angeles one is like a Skrull or something? But I think the flashback scene where he is not engaging with anything she's saying feels the strongest thing that this is not him, probably.
Yeah. And I like the echo of the line, the peasants want the kings to come down and play. That ends out the issue and ends out our story arc for today.
The ending feels very sudden.
Yeah.
It just kind of stops.
Yeah, I mean the implication is kind of that it is a story without a satisfying ending for Jessica as a person. But the satisfaction of the ending should come from the stand up with the husband guy, the character.
And I feel like that made it kind of I had kind of been thinking there would be kind of some bigger arc stuff going on and more of a satisfying thing. And I think the ending of this made me go, oh, okay, this is the vibe. This is what it is. This is intentional. I'm on board.
Yeah, that's true. That is kind of especially having reread Volume 2 already before our next episode. I think that is just very much kind of the vibe of every Alias arc, at least for a while. I'm just being there aren't easy answers to this. Jessica's line of work is a lot more complicated than going out and saving the day and being a superhero. Bendis is very much going for the whole she's not a superhero anymore. She does not live that life anymore, and she's finding other ways to save the day, if you will. And if she can't save the day, then she just lives her life.
I really like that final flashback is kind of her explaining why she stopped being a superhero.
Yeah. It's good stuff. And it is a great first volume, I think. I love the first volume of Alias. I think it's two great stories that make up one nice whole. Closing thoughts on Alias from the three of you?
I like it a lot. It's good. I do think the second story could have been stronger and could have
I agree.
tightened something up, because it's okay. We're going somewhere with this? No?
I think maybe it was an issue shorter. Maybe it could have just
maybe
it could have cut out a bunch of the whole Rick's with Jessica and he's running away and he's with Jessica again. He's running away.
I will say because there are just a lot of scenes there where it's just okay.
Sure. I don't think the Baxter building stuff is necessary in the slightest. That could be gone.
Oh no.
But
the stuff that I would cut is Malcolm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I see that.
Yeah. And I think for me with both stories, with both arcs, I'm not a huge fan of the first issue of either one, and then I really like the rest of both. But I personally think the second story is stronger than the first one.
Interesting.
I disagree. Second story doesn't work as well. I think it's a very strong, very good thing to launch your adult-oriented line with. Let's be honest, it's Brian Michael Bendis knows not to go too edgy. I'd argue
really aside from just slightly more adult subject matter and saying fuck a lot, I
was gonna say opening with fuck as your first line,
and ending on fuck. I just realized.
Ending on fuck. Yeah, absolutely.
But the ending one feels more earned, I think. And
yeah. But that's also the end of the ninth issue and not the end of the run. The end of the first issue, ends and doesn't end on dialogue. It ends on a look of oh shit, things are going down.
I guess you could say fuck for the ending as well of that first issue. So
yeah, but it doesn't say it. It doesn't. It largely tries to avoid the we're adult. We can curse now, and we can have sex.
The first issue.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think the reason that I prefer the second arc over the first one is the second arc is just, I feel like a for me is a more compelling investigation, and I'm more interested in the
actual process.
Yeah, and also it has the first one, it it really felt like it was kind of just jumping from thing to thing to thing, and a lot of them felt kind of unrelated. And the second one felt more like a story to me.
Interesting.
Like
Interesting.
I liked a lot of the individual scenes in the first arc. Like my favorite is probably the one on the golf course with Zumas. But like, ultimately, I just enjoyed a lot more of the second arc consistently.
Yeah, fair enough. Mason, do you have a preference between the two arcs? And plus any closing thoughts?
I think I'm not sure. I think in terms of like what kind of a story I think appeals to me more, I think the first arc is I think where I gravitate towards, just because like that angle of a story is so interesting. And not that the one with Rick Jones isn't also interesting, but like it's I think it's just interesting in a slightly more like niche way. Like I think it's interesting because I already know like I semi know like how the characters work and like how the world works versus like the first arc. I just think that's an interesting story by itself. But like overall, I think I don't really have a preference necessarily between the two that I think is like big enough that warrants like ranking the two, I guess, at least for me personally. Just because it feels really like it just flows so well with itself. Like there's definitely a break between the arcs, but like all the 9 issues, like I feel like they all kind of flow into each other, and I imagine when we get into volume 2, it'll just keep going. And it just all like the pace of it, I just all throughout I really enjoyed, because even when there were scenes that I think that if you told me you have to cut something, sure, I would probably take out Malcolm and like and probably like the Baxter building stuff, but those scenes are interesting just because they build out the world. Like I love the Baxter building scene just because it lets us see more of what humans have to deal with when it comes to superhero structures.
Yeah.
And like that stuff's really interesting, even though it doesn't add overall
that's
to
fair.
the Alias story. Like
I see that.
I just like the overall picture that this series or this run is being so far. I really like it.
Awesome. As such, I'm very excited to talk about Volume 2 with all three of you next time. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's obviously a much shorter volume, and it's just a single story throughout that. But it's it'll be fun to talk about. All that said, I guess let's start closing things out. Let's do some promotions. Toss it over to Rachel first. What do you have going on? Anything to promote?
Nothing to promote really. I'm not really doing a lot of like things for public consumption right now, so
fair enough.
Do
you still want me to do you still want me to have your like Blue Sky in the description? Or
I mean, I'm probably not gonna be very active on there. I honestly hadn't been on there for like weeks or months before today. So
yeah. Okay. I mean, hey, if you have anything you want me to link or anything down below, I can do that.
Yeah, I just if you play D&D with me, that's the main thing I have going on. So
and that is what we all do.
Know me.
That is what we all do. Otherwise, Rachel, keep living your life. It's a good life. Mason, what do you got going on? Anything?
Man, I hope you're ready for such a different answer to what Rachel just said.
Jacob, how do we have two guests? How did we invite two guests on who have nothing else to promote outside of this podcast?
Okay, I'll say this. So the fact that I have a new mic does make me want to do more things on YouTube, but like I do have some plans for that, but like nothing is set in stone right now. But like I am
go through
working
the fact
on
that
it.
you're rereading the Wheel of Time and make that YouTube content.
Absolutely not. I will not do that. Sorry, that was an aggressive no. I'm gonna actually go back that. I'm gonna no butt myself and change that to a maybe later.
Maybe later.
Maybe later. Maybe later.
Amazing.
So, but no, I mean, like, I'm sure my Blue Sky will be in the description. I think that's mainly the only like really public social media that I still have right now. I very rarely like tweet or like message on there or whatever the fuck you call it, but like it's mainly through like just like questions for this podcast. Every so often, like I think of a funny joke and I'll tweet that, and it will get no likes. But hey, if you also want to give it no likes, then you can follow it too. So
Hell yeah.
that's
Hell
basically
yeah.
everything.
We're all here to tweet on Blue Sky and get no likes.
Hell
Jacob,
yeah.
what do you have going on in your life?
I mostly have my blog where
No, Jacob, what do you have going on in your life? Tell me about your life.
my
What's
life,
going on in your
my life.
Yeah.
We said Dungeons and Dragons. I have in my life.
That's
currently.
true. We have a Dungeons and Dragons session in an hour and 45 minutes.
Oh my god, it's an hour and 45 minutes. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
This got really. This was so long. I don't know.
This was way longer than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
That is what she said.
God, so true.
No, but really, I have my blog. I've reviewed the novelization of the Doctor Who audio drama, The Chimes of Midnight. Most definitely, by the time this has come out, there may be another Star Wars book review out. There likely is. Because this isn't out for another week, and I'm like a third of the way through that. I don't have it.
It is
on
so
my
nice
desk
to
with
not
me.
have a singular weekend to record an episode. It's so nice.
Yeah. No,
Sorry, to edit an episode, I should say.
I was gonna say you. No. This is both. This and the next episode, you at least will have some time to edit.
It's gonna be nice.
And I also have been reviewing Star Trek: The Next Generation as I go through that for the first time. At this point, I will have put out my review of Booby Trap.
Booby Trap. Oh my god!
You're recording this like enough in advance that I'm not going to be watching that for another few days.
My video on that has the most immature opening of all fucking time, and I cannot wait for people to see that. I look for some reason at the time when I recorded, I was 25. My 25-year-old brain just looked at the word booby, and I couldn't stop laughing. I don't know, man. I couldn't. It was the stupidest. I couldn't fucking do it. I could not for some reason could not get the title out of my mouth to say what we were watching that day. It was the stupidest moment.
I'm going to try to include the title as much as I can in that review just to make you break when you're reading.
Here's the thing: it doesn't make me laugh. It was just that one specific moment that I just looked at the word booby and my brain became 10 years old, I guess, and I was just like. Mason, I could tell, was about to try to fuck with me by leaning into the mic, and he chose not to, and I appreciate that.
It's because I broke before I could do it. I started laughing.
God. Likewise, also on Blood Donut Studios, I am also reviewing Star Trek: The Next Generation with my brother through video reviews that you can find on the channel you're hopefully on or near right now. We have a review right now for The Bonding. It's, one of my favorite episodes of season 3. It's so good. And also, if you join our Patreon, patreon.com/BloodDonutStudios, you can get early access to our next review for our review of Booby Trap as well. You can hear that moment that I'm describing, that I described a moment ago, and it's funny. He's gonna do it again. Anyway, so. Also on Patreon, you can get exclusive Star Trek commentaries. We're going through TOS. At the time of this coming out, our commentary for The Menagerie Part 2 is out, and next will be the Conscience of the King. So that'll all be out in the relatively near future. Also on Patreon, you can get fresh-faced extras. It's even more of the podcast you're listening to right now that you enjoy oh so very much. You can get even more of that. We talked about Frankenstein and other horror things that we enjoy, like Dracula and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and it's a good time. You can get all that at the Lieutenant tier. But if you're not at any of that, there is the General Support tier, which is the Cadet tier. So for just $1 a month, gets your name in the description below. If people will see your name, it'll be the first thing they see when they go down there. They'll see that you're a cool person. They'll want to be a cool person too, and they'll join the Patreon. That's what happens. I can confirm that. You can also go to Blood Donut Studios, the YouTube channel, to get fresh-faced one-shots. You can get reviews of the things that are new that are coming out from DC and Marvel. We cover Superman by Joshua Williamson, Wonder Woman by Tom King, Trinity, Daughter of Wonder Woman, the spinoff of Wonder Woman. We're also covering Batman by Matt Fraction, as well as Unbreakable X-Men by Gail Simone, until it becomes Uncanny once again in January. We're also covering DCKO, the current DC Comics event. We're covering so much right now. Just check it all out. Please do.
Hey, a little less than we were. Last Halloween is done.
Last Halloween is over. And yet we still talk about Jeff Loeb this episode.
Yes.
What else? R2BD, the Star Wars show that I do with my brother. At the time of this coming out, we put out a video on Darth Vader, the Shutoran War. You can check that out. It's probably my favorite Darth Vader arc from the Kieran Gillen run. Our next R2BD episode is Star Wars Last Fight of the Harbinger, which is another really fun comic within the Jason Aaron Star Wars run. So that'll be out hopefully in the next 2 weeks, I'm hoping. I don't know. I don't make the RTBD schedule, and neither does anyone really. Nobody makes that schedule. That show has no schedule, but it's a fun show. So check all that out. Subscribe to the channel. Be sure to, wherever you're listening to us on, be it Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, etc. Wherever you're listening to us, be sure to follow us, leave a rating, subscribe, whatever you're doing. Just show us some love. All the love it goes a long way, friends. All right, I think that about does it. Thank you all so much very much for listening. Until next time, this has been Joey Morgan.
Licklider.
It's the part we say our names. It's Mason. Hi.
I'm still Rachel.
Goodbye.
Bye.